Last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. There are a lot of reasons to vote yes on Amendment 3, but let me give you one more good one. Today, too many adults are sitting in our jails simply because they were using marijuana, and that is just wrong. If I was your governor, I would free or parole every person in jail for possession and then expunge everyone's record. Amendment 3 will put a stop to this and let the cops fight real crime, not fake crime. I'm tired of people being thrown in jail for something that is less harmful than alcohol or opioids. So now let's finish what I started and join me, John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
We all think about buying a house instead of renting, right? But did you ever realize you're renting your electricity every single month? Yep, overpaying the power company and watching prices rise every year. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power with Solar Source? I started with my pool heater going solar, and now I'm thrilled with Solar Source's pay-as-you-go system where I can save each month starting at only $99. Now, Solar Source isn't new to this game. They've been in business for nearly 40 years with the same phone number since 1984 and over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They are the company I trust. Are you ready to stop renting your electricity? Switch to Solar Source today and start owning your own power. Switch to Solar Source today by going to solarsource.com/monster. Honestly, going Solar Source has been the best thing we've done all year. I absolutely love the company, and you save more money when you tell them you know Russ Rollins. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Ends Labor Day. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapo Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
You met with the stable boy despite your father's orders. He hoisted you onto the saddle and you wrapped your arms around him, embracing his silent strength. He lay you down amongst the wildflowers. You experienced love like never before. While you were buying dish soap. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover heart-stopping romance titles on Audible.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind. If you've been in a car accident, you need to know a term. It's called statute of limitations. That means you have 2 years from the time of the accident to actually file a lawsuit if need be. If you don't do that, you're going to lose your rights to the claim. Now, sometimes some lawyers will wait till the last minute to file or contact you with just about a month left saying that they don't know if they want to proceed with your case. Be careful with that. For more information, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546, office or land.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Radio 104.1.
The News Junkie.
Lots to get to today, from what happens now to Oasis in Linkin Park, Tease big news, and Boeing's big, giant, embarrassing mistake, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello, Sean.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us today on the show. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go over to newsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie and YouTube as well. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Good.
I'm thrown.
This is weird, man.
This is the first time I have looked at you in this direction.
Yeah, well,
physically in the same place.
Here's the thing. I can't even see you.
You can't, not one thing? It's so weird because my top's off.
It looks like I'm at the Haunted Mansion and there's like a silhouette of you or something.
Oh, that's my ghost. Yeah, we changed some things up here.
Like iHeart could only afford the cheapest hologram, and so that's what we've got.
There's a lot of changes, and this is very exciting. So welcome back to HQ.
Yeah, here I am. Yeah. And won't be here for long, but here I am for right now.
No, you literally have to stay.
And everybody this morning is running around like chickens with their heads cut off to try to figure out how to get all this stuff working. So if things are a little creaky at first here today, just bear with us, okay? We don't want to bring you a live show. We didn't want to completely miss out on the whole thing. C-Lane's coming in here. Stuff is already screwing up.
What happened now? Oh, God.
So, yeah, we are here for you live today. We do have some stuff to talk about. What was the verdict on Amy K., our friend?
Amy K's on the line
is she?
now.
All right, let's just jump in with her then. We'll work out the rest of it in a bit.
All right, ready?
It is Monday, and it is that time. Let's welcome our friend Amy Caulfield from Fox 35.
Amy!
Happy Monday. Okay, so Sabrina and I were doing like an audio test in the break, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I'm on speakerphone.
No,
you sound okay?
You're good. It sounds great.
You sound fantastic. The phone here is not working, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, things are going well. Things are going very well, Amy. So let us know what's happening in your world. How was your weekend?
Oh, my gosh. I am still riding on a Lake Mary Little League All-Stars World Series
champion.
Yeah.
They are the champion.
Oh, my gosh. I am so just excited for these kids, and they were absolutely incredible. So as you guys know, we've been following them for weeks, right? So, and of course, everything came to a culmination this weekend when they, on Saturday, got into the U.S. title game with Bernie, Texas, and they were down 4 runs. And I thought, oh man, what a sweet ride it's been. But I think that, I think it might be over this month. And then they rally and they come back. And Taraj Alexander, who is this great kid that actually my little guy goes to middle school with, Taraj is a great kid. That kid steals home plate.
Nice.
I was like, holy cow. Taraj says, well, the pitcher and the catcher weren't looking, and I saw my chance. So and that turned that game around. So, I mean, it was just amazing. So Taraj stole home plate. They ended up pulling ahead by 1 run, and then they went on to win the U.S. championship on Saturday. And then, holy cow, we're so excited about that. And then here on Sunday, they have to play for the world title. And so they go up against this Chinese Taipei team. And again, I was like, oh, man, maybe they're not going to win the whole thing. And then they rally back, and in the last second, they end up winning. I mean, it was just
on
crazy.
a bunt.
The whole thing was so much fun.
On a bunt?
Yes.
That never happens.
Yeah, I have the same problem with all of this that C-Lane has, though. C-Lane was texting about this over the weekend when these kids won the Little League World Series. What's going on with the plaque and like the banner?
Yeah, Amy, the banner and the plaque that you get for winning the Little League World Series is incredibly underwhelming.
It looks like Employee of the Week or something. Like it looks like a small feat.
Okay, one step at a time.
Well, you know what? Somebody had this idea, which I think would have been so much more fun too. Like they should have as a like for winning the U.S. title game, right, on Saturday, what they should have done is they should have switched them over to USA uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like Team USA playing the international championship team. That I think would have been super cool too, because then they're still playing in the same. Can you guys imagine though? Okay, let's just sit back for a minute and think about these parents and families traveling from Florida to Williamsport, PA, not having any idea how long you're going to be gone, right? You could be up there for 2 days, or potentially you could be up there for 2+ weeks.
True.
How do you pack for that trip? What do you tell your boss? What do you say to the boss? Like, I may or may not be gone for the next 2 weeks. I really don't know. I may or may not be able to work from. I mean, can you imagine what? And then, of course, all the expenses they had for meals, and I don't know how much of that was sponsored. I'm sure some of it was, but that's still a lot.
Sure it would. Yeah, it would add up.
It is a lot. So I've seen more impressive participation trophies than what they gave that Little League team
It was so
for winning
embarrassing.
the World Series.
Like, isn't it on ESPN or something? They got a huge budget for this, and they get this little dinky little trophy
For the
this
advertisers.
Not even trophy. It's a plaque.
Yeah, a plaque for this massive accomplishment.
Now they're gonna come in and see us sometime this week on Good Day Orlando. So I'll get the scoop on that.
Can we work? Maybe we could get with like a trophy company and get them an actually impressive trophy.
Sean, the last time you ordered trophies, you ordered, I believe, 50 tiny trophies instead of one
made
giant
a
trophy.
small mistake with trophies one time. I think I could sort it out possibly this time. We need to get them an actual trophy for this.
Or a key to the city.
Why don't you guys do your own, like the News Junkie loves Lake Mary Little League trophy and like make them a really cool one, and then you guys will get a lot of extra publicity out
I
of it.
love
It's a
that.
great
See,
idea.
now we're talking.
I'm not that into it. I didn't even watch the
Okay.
game.
Never mind.
I can't do stolen valor. No, I didn't tune in, Danny. I wanted to. I'm really super excited about
I
it.
did watch all the interviews, and I will say that like the coach just brought me back to when I was playing in sports.
Really? Was he super into it?
And he's very intense. He's just like, hey, we got to win, but I would have wanted more points. We're going to go back out there and play even harder. And I'm like, okay, you're right, coach. I'm sorry. I'll do 12 laps.
I'll tell you flat out. Like I had people who I saw talking about this Little League game and the victory for Lake Mary, and they were saying it was, all things considered, the best baseball game they'd seen in years. Like, compared to MLB and everything.
That's awesome.
Like, World Series games, they're like, it was the most exciting game I've seen in years. So, kudos to them for that.
And here's what I think. I mean, it was all heart. And I think this is where, people who love sports love that people love it for the game and not for the money, right? And so you've got little kids who are truly out there because they love the game. And once you start talking money, just like with all these NIL agreements and all this stuff, it just changes the spirit of it, you know?
Yeah, somebody said they got $500 each. Is that true?
Oh, I don't know. I'll ask them. That's a good question.
Yeah, ask them if they got $500.
Okay, that's none of your business. How about that?
Well, it's part of the prize from what Travis in Palm Coast is texting in. I'm dangerous today. I got the texting service in front of me, which I never have on the show. I'm going to
Well, you guys know they also have been out of school for 2 full weeks. So today starts week 3 of them being out of school. So they fly back today. I think they get in at like 4 o'clock. And then I don't even know. I assume they're going to go right back to school tomorrow. But can you imagine trying to play catch up?
Well, do you think those kids are now rock stars in their school?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Without a doubt.
For sure.
All right. Well, yeah, that was really, really exciting to see over the weekend. Tons of people getting into it. I like that. Then we get here on Monday and we got to kick things off. We've got some drama going on behind the scenes, but that's neither here nor there, Amy. What was grabbing your attention as you got to it this morning?
A couple of things going on with NASA. The Starliner thing was big this weekend. So if you guys saw, they had a news conference on Saturday, and NASA finally made the call. We are not going to send Butch and Sonny back on the Starliner.
Oh, okay.
So what happens now? Well, they do get to come back, and they're going to come back in February. This is something that we've all talked about before, but so they have finally made that official decision. And it was actually kind of sad, and I was listening to the news conference, and one of the reporters' question was, how much did what happened with Challenger and Columbia play into your decision to not risk them coming back on that spacecraft? And it was Bill Nelson, who's a former U.S. Senator from here in Florida, who's now the NASA administrator, who said 100% that is what played into that decision, that they just said it's just not worth the risk. They think the Starliner will come back fine, and hopefully it does, and they still do plan to bring the Starliner back. But it won't have any humans on board.
But who in the world wants to be the person who makes the decision that goes, get those astronauts on there?
Yeah, Sean, that's exactly right. And he said that was one of the things. And if you guys all watched the Challenger, I think it was a Netflix special that they did, just about looking at the failures of what happened into that day and why the Challenger exploded. And they were saying it was because there was a manager in Utah who was adamant that it should not launch that morning, just adamant about it, and they didn't listen to him. And he said, we just don't want that to happen again.
Wow, unbelievable!
Isn't that the case from all the other disasters? There was somebody in Apollo 13, somebody in Challenger that said, no, we got to scrap this launch. We got to check on those O-rings, or with Apollo 13 with the oxygen sensor or whatever it was that blew up in there. There was always some whistleblower that they ignored because they wanted to get up into space.
Yeah, you're right. And it's not worth the risk. And so here's what they're going to do. And I think this is fascinating. So one of the hangups with why they were trying to figure out how they're going to get them back is that the Starliner spacesuits are not compatible with the Dragon capsule, which is what SpaceX uses. So Boeing is in charge of the Starliner, and SpaceX is in charge of the Dragon capsule. So what
Boeing
they did
really screwed the pooch here.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It's a test launch, right? So, so the Starliner has already gone up twice by itself with no humans on board and come back twice by itself. So it wasn't like this is the first time. It's just that they had humans on board this time. So, but what they're going to do with the spacesuits is they were able to fit one of the astronauts with the spacesuit they already had on board the ISS that will work for bringing them back. And then they're sending a second spacesuit up on a different Dragon capsule. And then they're not going to be able to come back till February.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's very, very crazy. And I'm wondering why, I think we talked about this last week. I think that they're probably psyched for this because they want to be in space. And
I don't know. I would have brought some more stuff with me.
Right. You would have wanted
8 days versus an 8-month trip.
This is the least planned type of space exploration you could possibly do. But I think overall they might be psyched about being up there. I'd be interested in hearing from them if they'll even do interviews about that stuff. Anything else?
You're right. And they'll be honest. I mean, are they going to be completely honest? Well, actually, I really wanted to go to my kid's graduation, or you know what I mean? I don't know. Think about all the stuff that you miss in 8 months. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. A lot of things happen.
Is that guy? One of the astronauts was his experiment was what gravity or the lack of does to walking, and he said he had not done any of the exercises.
Is he still not doing that?
Is he still not using his legs?
Oh,
Do you know?
I don't know. I have to Google that, Sabrina. I've not heard that.
I should have Googled it before bringing that up, huh? That's what I heard. That he was I haven't touched the exercise bikes because that was my job to see what the effect of no gravity does on not using your muscles.
Yeah.
But that was supposed to be for 8 days and not 8 months.
Atrophy when he gets back. Yeah. 8 months. That's a long time.
The other thing is it's been rough on the people who work for PR for Boeing. I saw the woman who's in charge of Boeing's live streaming show. And she was saying she's logging off of social media because she's getting too much hate, and people are angry at her. So it's a wild time. But they're going to be up there for a while. All right.
And then just to cap it off, don't forget tomorrow morning, 3:38 a.m., SpaceX is launching a 4-person crew, and they are doing something that's never been done before either. They're gonna actually go up to an even higher orbit, and they're gonna attempt the first commercial spacewalk. Which is
wow, very, very cool.
Good luck.
All right, it's so nice to talk to you as always, albeit from a different angle today. Amy Caulfield is the best. There she is.
Yeah.
Amy.
Have a great week, you guys. Love
you too. Love
there
you
she
too.
Goes calling in for us, even though we were thrown sideways with the broadcast today.
How you doing, Sean? You doing all right?
I'm doing okay.
I don't like it.
I could already see the things that are going to be problematic for me. Number one, the texting service is going to be problematic for me because it's blaring in my face.
Turn it off.
No, I want it now. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, that's on you.
I want it. I might fight with him a little bit today. I never look at 77031. I keep forgetting we have it, but I might interact with that a little bit. That's okay because I don't have chat in front of me. I don't have all the things. I
don't know. Like, I guess now I can look at you.
Yeah.
Usually I have the camera in which it switches, but I'm just staring at myself, and then I see your camera over there, and this is all too much.
Why do the phones sound like that? Does it sound like that on air?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I was doing a lot of fading in and out. I'll tell you that much.
I saw you over there. I was all right.
She's back, baby. I got to use all the things. And I got to fade you in and out, don't I?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Just a tiny bit. The rejoins mostly do themselves, but just maybe a little tiny bit.
Just like me.
All right. When we come back, we're going to bust into things. We'll let you know what's going on. We got a ton of stories to talk about and a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff to get into. Your dispatches, a whole lot more. It's a busy Monday despite all these things. That is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for congestion on Orange Blossom Trail near the ramp junction where the Beach Line and Florida's Turnpike meet. There's intersection backups where John Young Parkway meets Vine Street and off-ramp backup from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive there. You could expect your regular delays on I-4 approaching State Road 429 and slowdowns between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535 there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Nasal Guard. People who suffer from allergies use Nasal Guard to prevent them. Nasal Guard's innovative gel and spray products protect you from all airborne allergens, no matter what the forecast holds. Visit Amazon, Walmart, or NasalGuard.com today. Breathe better this spring. NasalGuard.com.
Get ready to win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, and $1,000.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
The Hartford Small Business Insurance knows opening a small business is a great achievement. They offer custom insurance solutions to fit your needs. Get a quote and find why over 1 million small business owners trust them at thehartford.com/smallbusiness.
You met with the stable boy despite your father's orders. He hoisted you onto the saddle and you wrapped your arms around him, embracing his silent strength. He lay you down amongst the wildflowers. You experienced love like never before while you were buying dish soap. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover heart-stopping romance titles on Audible.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgageguydon.com.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. August, it's National Wellness Month. That means you need to focus on some self-care, stress management, maybe some healthy habits, but you also need to focus on yourself completely, and that means making sure you have no surprises with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan. With just a few minimum requirements, it is a $699 value. There's no question that early detection saves lives, and Life Imaging is in that business. They're all about getting you the information of what's really happening in your body. That way you can make a plan for your long-term health care, and August is the time to do it. You know, when it comes to heart disease, one of the most terrifying stats out there that in 30 to 40% of heart attacks, the very first symptom is sudden death. And remember, guys, this takes no time at all, about 10 minutes, no injections, you don't have to take your clothes off, and it's easy to make your appointment. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250, see the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Take control of your long-term health care today. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
And now another insurance story from
Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how
how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Ugh, I've been feeling so sluggish and just kind of blah.
Been there. That's why I take Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites.
But I suppose they taste blah.
Actually, they taste delicious. It's an apple blueberry flavored center covered in a yogurt coating and is infused with probiotics to help support a healthy gut. They come 5 in a pouch. I just toss one in my bag and go.
Toss one in my bag?
Get your own.
New Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites from the makers of the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Find them in the digestive care aisle.
Kickoff is almost here, and iHeart is the official home of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring podcasts like NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal.
Packing it with so much goodness. Chock full of info.
And tons of fantasy football podcasts with expert advice for you to win your fantasy league. It's the best part of the season. Your team is undefeated and anything is possible. Take the iHeartRadio app and the NFL with you right in your pocket. Open the free iHeart app, search NFL, and start listening now.
New South Window Solutions. Made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture.
You can join us with a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch today. What's going on in there?
So thrown. I'm so thrown.
Yeah. We got it, though. I think we got it under
Your
control.
mic keeps going on and off and
Does
on
it?
and off. No, mine, I keep doing it to you.
Oh.
I'm like, he doesn't need to do it, but then his rejoin I do need to do. And then also I can't see anybody. And how does it all work?
All right, so just for those of you who don't know, we had for iHeart today one of these all-hands-on-deck meetings where almost nothing good happens at these things. It's like, hey, bring everybody in, and it's the first time in probably a year each time we do it that each iHeart employee.
Than that.
I look around, I'm like, I don't know who a couple of these people are at least, and I also haven't seen some of these other people for a very long time. And then you see some people that aren't there anymore. Okay, or you start to put everything together. But we had this meeting this morning, right when the show was supposed to start, and had no idea what was supposed to happen at this.
Correct. And
if you've been listening to the show for a little while, I said, from somebody who I know well, who's a connected person in the industry, somebody that I trust, they reached out to me. I did not say anything to them. I wasn't hunting around for any kind of gossip or anything. And they said, hey, is it true that the station's going to flip? And I said, I have not heard that. But
I will text the group. Get full panic.
But thank you for the information. And then they told me that they heard this at a big radio conference, which went down recently. And I said, it wouldn't make sense because our numbers are crazy. There's more people than ever listening to the show. All of the measurements that you could use to see if a show is doing well we're kicking ass on them. So this wouldn't make any sense at all to do this. So that's exactly why I would think that iHeart Suits would go for it. Because if it seems like a really stupid idea, sometimes it gets a little delectable for them. It gets a little attractive for them. And they would gobble it up and say, hey, the thing that nobody's asking for, let's do that right now. So we go into this meeting. Sabrina is sitting next to me. I have no idea where C-Line was. I don't even think
I was behind you guys in the back row.
Were you? Okay.
Next to Taco.
I heard him a couple of times. And I heard Ryan Holmes.
He gets the award. He gets the award.
He just can't help himself.
Ryan Holmes pipes in.
Way to go, Ryan.
Makes everything awkward for a second.
Are you mad at Ryan for making a good joke during the meeting?
It was a terrible joke.
Because
it was not a terrible joke.
She
wanted that to be her moment. You know it is.
I wasn't going to do a joke. I was going to ask what everyone was wondering.
Okay. And so as I'm sitting there, all right, first thing you should know is this meeting was apparently about telling us there's a new market manager. And this
lovely person.
This new woman, what was her name? Sandy or something?
Judy.
This new woman, Judy.
Come on, man.
In control.
New boss?
I don't know her yet. We met her at a little staged event 5 minutes ago.
I introduced myself.
Did you?
Yeah, I go, I'm here. I'm Sabrina. Don't know where Sean and C-Line are.
Where are those losers at? That's a perfect time to make a power move.
I can't wait to have lunch with you. And she's like, who are you again?
New boss doesn't know any stuff that happens before them, you know? They're only going to get a certain download from the other bosses. And so we were like hearing this person get introduced and kind of interviewed by some of the other people in management at iHeart. And Sabrina's next to me and she's like, I'm going to ask.
No, I said you ask.
It was first she said you ask.
I go, ask
you ask if they're gonna flip the station. If they're gonna flip the station, you ask. And I'm like,
I was kind of expecting one of you two to do it.
And then Sabrina's like popping her hand up, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so weird.
I didn't pop my hand up.
You wanted to speak
no,
so
I
bad.
I popped my hand up because for some reason, like, Tom looked me in the eyes, and I just went for a full wave in the middle of the meeting. I was like, put your hand down. It was an out-of-body experience. I go, no need to full wave at somebody. Just do a small smile.
I don't even know if I've ever...
Psycho.
I think I've talked with him. I don't even know if I've actually met him in person.
I think...
Met him the last meeting.
I think I met him at Campmeyer's going-away party.
I know I met, Gene Parmesan, who's a...
Romano.
Also a lovely person.
He's not called that around my house. Gene Parmesan.
Okay, stop burning the podcast. There's other people here.
Why does this always surprise you?
I know, but it's like, why does it surprise you that we're not associated with it? I have full respect and know everyone's full name.
No one is saying you're associated with it. You are in a different
when I
room.
get my ass canned.
You're not going to get canned, I promise you, okay? This is the most interesting thing happening in any of these rooms around here.
You canned me from secret shows. Of course I'm going to get canned from here.
It's different. This is not going to happen.
I'm back, baby.
All right. I don't need my own disclaimer, do I, for all of these things?
Probably.
It just seems too cumbersome. So as we're going along, Sabrina's going to ask, like, are you going to flip the station? Are we done for? Because one of my favorite moments in this meeting where new boss lady is introduced is...
Aside from Ryan Holmes' great joke.
Ryan Holmes says the previous boss did free pizza Wednesdays. Are you going to continue?
Oh, but then everyone had the jokes right after. Like, yeah, we also have Taco Tuesday and Pizza Friday and Thursday.
Everybody was locked and loaded. Once it was clear that you could make a joke, it was like everybody wanted to get their joke in there. And Sabrina goes... You asked the question, what kind of...
Somebody else asked, like, what music do you listen to?
Yeah, what kind of radio are you into? Yeah. What kind of radio are you into? What kind of things are you into? And she proceeded to list everything except for talk radio.
No, she was like top 40
She
rock.
said she spent the previous day listening to a Spanish station, and she doesn't even speak Spanish. And she did not say that she was a big fan of talk radio. So I don't know what that means, but here we are regardless.
She'll be a fan of it now.
And Sabrina goes, what about talk radio? And she said, where I'm from, the talk radio is like a bunch of far right,
extremely conservative.
Yeah, but that's what a lot of people think of talk radio as. I hate that so bad. It's like the biggest battle. I know you guys know this, that we have to fight all the time, because when somebody hears talk radio, you can do a talk radio show. Instantly, they imagine that it's some bombastic Rush Limbaugh, feminazis, and all of this insanity that we're screaming about. And it's like, no, That's not what happens on this show. It's not what happens on this station.
No, it's entertainment talk, hot talk.
But she didn't.
We're funny.
She didn't have a ton of things to say about talk radio, just in general. I mean, I don't know if she's listened to the station or the show.
Today might be
before.
the day.
And we're so happy to have you to be a part of the team.
Hopefully, I hope I get along with her.
And I'm telling you right now, and I was when I was filling in for Jim Colbert, we talked golf. That's my thing. I am now going to. It has been determined and solidified. That's going to be my new sport. Guys.
You're going to get into golf?
I'm getting into golf.
Jimmy's going to just absolutely
He
breeze
said he
through
would
this.
teach me.
He's going to breeze.
He said he would teach me, but I'm not saying driving range. I've already been to the driving range. I want to take it to the holes.
But the new boss is all about golf. She's like, it's a good day if I beat my husband at golf.
I'm golfing.
Jimmy is like cruising with this boss. It's going to be the easiest transition
Guess
ever.
who's right there with him with a visor on?
Oh, let me tell you something. The only thing that people like that dislike more than people who don't play golf is people who play golf and suck at it. They
I
hate
think
it.
that
You
I'd
have
be
to get
decent
good.
at golf because I'm
You
a
might.
very good softball player. So it's just a matter of changing up the swing just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You got the ladies' tees in your favor.
I'm sorry?
The ladies' tees.
I was going to ask her
I've
if she
had that
played
in my
from the
favor for
ladies'
many
tees,
years. Thank you.
but I thought that was inappropriate.
What's a ladies' tee?
The
Like,
ladies in
we
golf,
have,
they
just like push-ups?
You get closer. You get to play from closer.
I will play where everyone else plays. How about that?
That's
2024, grow up.
That's what C-Lane's saying. In golf, there's guys' tees, men's tees, and ladies' tees.
Well, right now I'm wearing what I believe is a unisex tee.
All right, then play right in the middle of them. Put your ball down.
Or a bisexual tee. How about that?
Right in the middle of those. So we're going through this whole like meet and greet, I guess. Is that what you would call it? Kind of like a get to know the new boss thing. And
everyone was scared, I feel like.
I think so.
We didn't know what the meeting was about.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were kind of surprised, which is funny because when they opened it up, they're like, "It's the worst kept secret in Orlando," and I'm like, what does that say that I didn't know? What was going on here?
I did at the end of, because we went with the dark cloud theme hard last show.
Yeah.
So right as we went to our break into the weekend, I was like, oh, by the way, the meeting's us meeting our new boss.
Right.
And you're like, oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
But it was a fun show.
What?
We thought
the interview was, or the show?
The show. Like,
You're saying what we thought.
Friday.
I don't know. She didn't say anything about our radio station. I don't know.
By no means.
I don't know that means like we're safe or we're in the clear. All this means is we've got somebody new who's in charge around here.
And that's why I went and I introduced myself. And I said, can't wait to play 9 holes.
C-Lane, did you introduce yourself or no?
No, I had to get in here and make sure everything was all set.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
What's perfect?
We need to start chumming up.
It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine because even if they, no, I'm not going to say that.
Thank you.
If I
You'll
hit the
be
brakes,
fine. You'll be fine. Is what you're saying.
If I hit the brakes, it's bad. After the show on Friday, I walk out of the studio and I go in the house and Courtney's like, "Are you scared?" And I said, "Scared about what?" She's like, "About all this stuff that's happening." I go, "Oh, no." And I felt bad because she's sitting there. She's like worried and scared about it. And I go, "Look, we're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. We'll figure it out. It's 2024. It's easy to sort these things out." Do we know exactly what's happening right now? No. We only know that somebody new is in charge. And
we love them.
I don't know if they're into it or not, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, is that? Oh, my anxiety's back. Perfect.
Hey, question for both of you. Since I'm not used to any of this yet, am I not supposed to say the nicknames for the people on the texting service?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think that's an internal
It's kind of a private thing, but sometimes I just blare them out. And then somebody will text in and go, "Why am I liberal douche or repub jerk?"
There's a lot of information on some of these people. Somebody says, "So what I'm gathering from Sabrina is the dark cloud theme was for nothing other than ratings." Shut up, dummy. Listen, I told you exactly what was going on the whole time. I still, as far as I know, have somebody out there who is saying at the morning show boot camp event that this station is flipping formats. That's what I told everybody about. That's the dark cloud that's over the station. Is that for ratings? This is just reality. That's what's happening.
And this is what we get for putting the curtain up. So put it back down.
No, The curtain always stays
Just eat
up.
the sausage.
From here forward, the curtain just always stays up. It's just going to be easier that way. This person says, the big suits F with this station. Watch out for 31-year fans. Look at that, man. That's a long time to listen to anything, much less a station like this. So thank you for doing that. Okay, so we'll get into this further if we can. I don't know. Maybe at some point we can ask the new boss that question and just be like, hey, what's up? Here's what we heard. Here's the thing we heard. Is there any truth to this? I know Jack is going to be talking to the new boss soon.
Jack's going to be talking to us very soon.
Jack came in during the break. He's fine so far. I think he's okay. Who knows? Unless he's screwing with me. But he was getting everything set up for me in here, and I think we're good now. Like I think we got it. We got it moving here.
In more often? I would say the camera looks fantastic.
Does it? I don't know how I feel about it. It looks okay.
I'd say on this end.
Yeah, it looks okay.
It's very cinematic.
Is it?
And I feel like a pale ghost.
We got to do something about all those monitors just spilling light on you.
That's what runs the whole thing, man. Come on.
You can watch the show, by the way, on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Many, many things to get into today. People are freaking out about something in Massachusetts. What is it? We're going to dive into that. We'll take all of your feedback. Stop making fun of my shirt today, for God's sake. What's that?
Every time you put that shirt on.
What is wrong with this shirt? Is this a nice enough shirt?
I think it looks great.
I think it's good. Listen, I'm not the one that texted in. I can't believe he keeps the Pugsley shirt in rotation.
I feel like this might be you behind the scenes. It's like, how do I express that I don't want to see this anymore?
Label myself on the texting service as definitely not C Lane.
All right, quick break. Back with more.
You got more hamburgers to steal?
That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, I'll tell you how to check if your Social Security number got hacked. Plus, we'll talk sports with our buddy Brandon Kravitz, the Little League World Series, of course. Trivia, a pair of tickets to see Sebastian Maniscalco at the Kia Center on the 12th. And we'll end it up with our buddy Ray Trinley from TK Law. Plus, your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Well, this afternoon we'll see a high temperature of 93, feeling like 107 degrees with the heat index. Just a real humid day today, and there is a 50 to 60% chance for some scattered storms. Any storms could feature torrential rains and occasional cloud-to-ground lightning. Our flow from the east also means a moderate risk for rip currents if you're heading to the beach. From the Fox 35 team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
3-day weekend? Before you go, drive into any Valvoline Instant Oil Change. We'll change your oil in about 15 minutes. We're quick, but never rush. Convenient locations and no appointment needed. Visit VIOC.com for up to $15 off your next oil change.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
ePass presents the romantic comedy travel experience of the fall.
Margaret, I love you.
And I love saving on Florida toll roads with ePass.
You'll fall in love with convenient roadway electronic toll payments all over again. Plus, this week only, you can qualify to win $100 in tolls. Go to getepass.com and sign up for a free ePass sticker. You'll be entered to win one of our daily giveaways of $100 in tolls now through September 2nd. Choose ePass, expect savings. Get details and rules of the contest at getepass.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
For decades, the mafia had New York City in a stranglehold, but the murder of Carmichael Lanti marked the beginning of the end.
It sent the message that we can prosecute these people.
From the minds behind the acclaimed television series, listen to Law and Order: Criminal Justice System on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart Radio app and search Law and Order: Criminal Justice System and start listening.
Always find what you love at Total Wine & More. With so many bottles at the lowest prices in 30 years, it's easy to find your favorite Cabernet or a new single-barrel bourbon to try. Find what you love and love what you find. Total Wine & More. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. B21.
Let International Diamond Center put some sizzle in your relationship this summer with free financing, free dinner, and a free romantic getaway. Now through August 31st at IDC, with any qualifying jewelry purchase, you'll get 0 interest financing for 24 months, plus a gift card for dinner valued at $150, plus a 3-night getaway to places like Nashville, Las Vegas, Miami, Hilton Head, or how about a Caribbean cruise on us? Get to IDC now for all the details and check out our special pricing on all fashion jewelry, all wedding bands, engagement rings, and luxury timepieces. See why IDC is the area's premier jeweler, locally owned, internationally connected, with no-nonsense pricing games, no pressure, no commission salespeople, and service for life on any purchase. How about a Tacori ring or a 5-carat tennis bracelet or a pre-owned Rolex? Spice things up with IDC's Summer of Romance offer. Free financing, free dinner for 2, and a free romantic getaway. International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando area locations. Minimum purchase required on approved credit. See store for details.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, and you're having a good time.
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeartRadio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Radio. Radio. 104.1.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the
Matches in just a moment. You can leave one over at thenewsjunkie.com. Anything you got on your mind is fine with us. We appreciate you hanging out with us today, and it's kind of a weird one. So far, it looks like we dodged a bullet, and the meeting was not about us getting flipped or about this being the end of the show. But we do know now that we've got somebody.
Well, they wouldn't do that in front of the entire building.
It would have been
really
just summarily executed us in front of the whole thing. And I'm screaming. I'm like, but our numbers are through the roof.
Well, it's funny because a friend of ours, who will remain nameless, told us that he didn't get an invite to the meeting. I'm like, usually those are the people who get fired.
That's very true. Yeah, that's usually a really bad sign if you're not invited to an all-hands-on-deck meeting. So as of right now,
but as far as we know, Josh is still employed. So.
Yeah, right. As of right now, that's not what the meeting was about. No update on the other stuff, and I think the best move is just flat out ask. Maybe I know Jack is going to be meeting with this person later, and I'm sure he'll get some kind of vibe off of things, and then I'm sure we'll meet with her at some point. And we'll just let you know what's going on as it's happening. But not a lot of huge answers, only that we've survived for now, and that's good news. I see some people mad about this. Like, this is hype for nothing. What? You mad that we survived? You mad that
you blocked?
We're still here? This is good news, right? At least I would hope it would be good news. And the other stuff, we just got to see where everything falls. And we will, I'm sure, like in the next couple of weeks here, maybe a week at the most, probably we'll get a good idea of what's happening. Celine and I were talking when you were out for the break. Are you doing the next episode, or are we breezing by that today?
I mean, I do have it.
Okay, you're good. You're ready?
Here.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you want me to? Oh my gosh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Time it was
because of the time being thrown off.
Oh, geez, I don't even have a clip. All right, so I don't have to tease you guys. We're just gonna go right into it.
Well, we can push it back if you want to.
Yeah, let's push it back.
Okay,
I totally thought it was a different segment.
We'll do it an hour from now. Okay, we'll do it and where it would be just 1 hour later is where we'll put this.
Or we can just knock it out right now.
I mean, we got to go in one direction or the other. Which one do you want to do?
Let's knock it out right now.
Okay, we just talked about moving it, but we're going to knock it out right now. Here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about? Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by one of the greatest sponsors of all time and a sponsor of our friendship, and that is thatmortgageguydon.com. Not only is he a stand-up man, but he is going to help you refinance or buy your first dream home. How about some debt consolidation? How about you're a business owner and you have an SBA loan of 9% or more? He's going to help you refinance that, get you a fixed rate of 8.25%, but you got to start the process by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
So I'm going to need your help with this. Oh, can we show laptop stuff today?
I think so. You have to have that.
There it is. Look at that beautiful thing. Please look up Frankie Valli.
Okay, yeah, I know.
As of late, because this is about Frankie Valli, and it was on this day that the number one song was, of all things, the theme to Grease, baby.
Oh, yeah.
46 years ago, 1978, the Frankie Valli theme song from Grease went number one. And as of late, in 2024...
Is he not looking good?
He looks like an animatronic.
Oh, yeah.
And they, I guess, are still... it's almost, dare I say, elder abuse.
Like dragging him out on stage to make some monies?
They go full... They have a full band with him. They have the singers next to him. But then he goes and he just kind of words and he moves his mouth a little bit. And that's really sad to watch because they clearly are playing something else.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at him right here. He does look like an animatronic.
Look at this. And if you could play the sound at all, it's just very sad. But he's still out there doing the tour thing, despite being on strings or something like that. And it's just him singing along. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he looks rough.
He's what, 100,000 years old?
Now, you got to wonder, is it that he is saying, I want to get out there, I want to do this?
Is he saying anything?
Or is he just like in robo mode where the family goes, we ain't got much time to make cash, get Frankie Valli's ass out on that stage?
If Grease is still being played, does he not get a royalty check?
I would hope so.
It reminds me of that episode of South Park where they get Rod Stewart to play for New Year's Eve or for the Millennium or something, and they just kind of wheel him out on the stage, and he's like,
Didn't we go to the same Rod Stewart show?
But you had a different take on that than I did. I thought it was fun.
I thought he did a great job.
He sat down the whole time, didn't he?
Okay, according to the angle, because it was a transparent chair.
Oh.
So from my angle, I could see it was a transparent chair. To everyone else, it was like, oh, he's standing with a little bit of a squat going on. But here we are. We're chugging along, and apparently hell hath frozen over because Justin Bieber is a dad, everybody.
Wow.
Papa Bieber. Can you believe it? What are you doing with your life? You're already a dad.
I'm also a dad.
Doesn't matter, yeah. Guess I'm the only one who's not a dad. Bound to happen sooner or later.
I got news about that.
His wife Haley gave birth to a baby boy, and they announced it over the weekend along with the kid's name. It is Jack C. Lane, just like yours, Jack. Blues Bieber.
Jack Blues Bieber.
JBB.
Ugh. That's not bad.
Yeah, middle name is, had your dad's balls been that, you wouldn't have been alive. Justin and Haley first revealed the pregnancy back in May. They've been married since September of 2018, and now they are parents.
I gotta tell you, spicy take.
All right.
I'm turning the corner on Bieber. I kind of like the guy a little bit.
And what has he done that makes you like him now?
I think some of his songs are, no lie, no joke, actually pretty good. I think his songs are super catchy and pretty good.
What's the latest?
I don't know. I don't know the names of all of them, but the last couple that I've heard, there's that one that Ed Sheeran wrote where there's like a curse
Love
word.
Yourself?
Yeah. The Love Yourself song.
John, that's like 3 years ago. That's the
The
crazy
newer
part.
ones too. I don't know the names of all these songs.
Sorry is really good.
That is a good song. We
Also
just heard
4
that the
years
other
ago.
day. I think he was a terribly obnoxious teenager, but who wasn't? I can only imagine if I was mega famous between the ages of 13 and 18. Oh my God, the world would have hated me.
I mean, maybe even younger than that. There are pictures of our staff here at iHeart with him when he did an in studio when he was a child.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when people are being weird with him, too. Speaking of being a child and being very famous, Jenna Ortega, not a big fan of social media. No, Jenna Ortega, who played Wednesday.
Yep.
She's in the new Beetlejuice.
She's pretty hot right now.
In what way?
In terms of her career.
Okay, thank you so much.
She's also attractive.
Yeah, I mean, she's an adult, is she not?
She is, but when she was 12 years old, she opened up her very first DM and only to find an unsolicited photo of penis.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that weird? Imagine being that grown man to send a penis pic to a 12-year-old.
Is that illegal? That seems illegal.
It is very illegal. By the time she was 14, her Twitter was being flooded with dirty, edited content of her as a child.
Mm-hmm.
She's 21 now, and she is off of Twitter/X. I ended up deleting it about 2-3 years ago because the influx after the show Wednesday had come out, these absurd images and photos. I already was in a confused state that I just deleted it altogether. One day I just woke up and I thought, oh, I don't need this anymore, so she just dropped it.
I don't blame her. If I was that level of fame and like an actor, not in like the political news sparring world, I would 100% do that same exact thing.
What's the point of that point?
I would just have a
you
team.
Just have a,
yeah,
that's what I was going to say.
I would just have a team. I would never, ever
tweet it for you.
Be looking at like replies or anything like that. It's just a nightmare.
No, thank you. But someone who is never going to end it is this guy right here.
Oh,
the boss.
Yeah,
Bruce
Springsteen.
Right, Brucey, and we can forget about a farewell tour when it comes to Bruce Springsteen because he says, I've been around for 50 effing years and we ain't quitting, baby. Gonna keep on running. That's not the name of the song.
Yeah, kind of.
Born to Run. He was born to run. He's gonna die running. Hey, we ain't doing no farewell tour BS. Jesus Christ. No farewell tour for the E Street Band. Farewell to what? 1,000 people screaming your name? Get the hell out. I ain't going nowhere. Which is very exciting. And neither are we, right, Sean and C-Lane?
Yeah, for now.
Oh, the boob tube. I just had to swallow spit. The Bachelorette on ABC, American Ninja Warrior on NBC, All-American Homecoming. What show is that?
I don't know. I'm not familiar.
61st Street on the CW as well. And repeats for the late night. Follow your dreams. I'm on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Give it a follow. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
You know, you're talking about like farewell tours and those kind of things. And I saw people were pissed because do you know, Sabrina, the band Deep Purple? Do you know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have that's
No.
Just kidding.
No,
I don't know
that's
the
Purple
band.
Haze. Deep Purple is Smoke on the Water. You've probably heard that.
It's the first thing you play when you pick up a guitar. Like, it's the first thing you
Has
learn.
nothing to do with Jimi Hendrix?
No. And they said, we're going to do our farewell tour. And people are, oh, God.
And everyone's like, you're still alive, huh?
And they have dates stringing along until like 2026 or 2027.
Oh, okay. It's not really a farewell tour.
Well, that was the problem that I had with Elton John's farewell tour. Like, it's fine to do the farewell tour if you were quitting, even if you're taking like Fish famously did a hiatus because they couldn't get along for a while,
Right?
And then they came back. Now that Trey's clean, but
that's what Thrice did. I went and I made sure to get tickets immediately because they were done. And then I saw him at iHeart a couple years later.
Yeah,
we're back.
But during Elton's farewell tour, they stopped in Orlando. And that was the one that he postponed last minute. Everybody was already in their seats, and they were pissed off. And then they came back to see him. And then he booked another date in Orlando. Like, everybody, spent money on the basis that was the last time they were going to be able to see him in Orlando, maybe ever.
That's a trick. You're pulling a trick on people. You're pretending like, the countdown timer is about to hit 0, and then it's not happening.
People are mad at us about it.
Tell me where I lied. This is
not saying
This is
you
such
lied,
an
man.
unbelievably dumb thing.
But I'm not saying you lied. We're
I have
all
told
on the
the
same
truth
page. We're being honest.
along the entire way. If somebody showed up today to listen to the show and thought, you should be happy to hear our voices, that means the mandatory meeting that I told you about on Friday turned out not to be a meeting to fire us. But there's still a very real concern about this thing that I heard from somebody who knows people in the industry. And now, to close out this story, it's going to have to be asking the new boss, like, hey, maybe you were not in on these conversations, but tell us what the hell's happening here and why would somebody be saying this? That's going to have to be the next thing that happens to kind of solve this problem. And it seems like maybe a bad time to do it in the room with all the other radio stations. Of
course.
It would have been so ballsy, though. I mean, it would have been the second most awkward meeting we've had in that room.
Yeah. The first is unbeatable, though. It'll never be beat. Some of these texters are weird, strange political people. All right, I'm going to fight with some of you.
Is my tattletale in there?
I don't know. And there's people who are asking what it says for their name in the secret insider info
tell them.
on the texting server.
It's a secret.
I didn't put it in there, so I don't feel comfortable just telling people what's in there.
I do.
When we come back, we'll get to what's happening in Massachusetts that is a little freaky, a lot deaky, and definitely worth talking about.
A lot deaky.
Yep, that is coming up next in the News Junkie.
This season, Real Radio 104.1 is the Orlando radio home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hear every game here, courtesy of Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for an accident on Orange Avenue between Cayley Street and Miller Street. The off-ramp from the Beach Line westbound to I-4 eastbound, that is partially blocked due to construction there. There's still delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Not too bad, though. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Shipley Donuts. Now open on South Cimarron Boulevard.
Win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Keep listening for your next chance to be there.
Listen for the keywords right here on Real Radio each weekday at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. This contest presented locally by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
This is the sound of turning small bets into legendary wins. Only on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. The sound of parlays. The sound of paydays. The sound of watching the game will never be the same. Hard Rock Bet has already paid out millions and millions in parlays to people across Florida. Download Hard Rock Bet now, and if your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
I'm Jeff Jr., founder and CEO of Trajan Wealth. I was born and raised in northern Wisconsin by both my father, who owned a small 10-lane bowling alley, and my mother, who was a nurse, who did her best caring for everyone in our small town. My parents stressed with me that if you were going to do anything, it needed to be done right or not done at all. I later joined the Marine Corps, where additional values were instilled. Values like honor, courage, and commitment. The motto of the Marine Corps, Semper Fi, which means always faithful. The best part of Trajan Wealth, our 100-plus employees who also embrace the exact same values. If your current financial advisor is more interested in selling you something or is more loyal to their own financial gain than yours, give us a call for a second opinion. We would be honored to hear from you. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hey guys, August is National Wellness Month, and you talk about wellness and being well and taking care of yourself. I can't tell you how many people, well, I can tell you, I think I've counted in the past month or so, at least 6 people have told me they've been a Life Imaging FLA, they got their free heart scan, and they found out that they had a problem with their heart, blockage in their heart. They ran to the hospital, and it saved their lives. That's 6 people that I know of that are Monster listeners, Monster fans. This is really an awesome thing. It's Life Imaging FLA. They know that, the first detection of heart disease can be sudden death, so early detection saves lives of cancer and of heart disease. Get that heart scan. Just go ahead and pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is worth it. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, you'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. It's Life Imaging FLA. Ask about cancer screening too. Life Imaging FLA.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand, it's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products, it's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South Window lives southern weather, and our Energy Star windows and doors are designed to keep the heat out and the cool air in. Get New South proud.
Going on now. Buy more and save more on all New South products. Volume discounts up to 30% off.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Yeah! Text the nationwide keyword WIN to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WIN to 200-200.
Radio. 104.1. They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the new.
It's getting super weird in just a moment. My new favorite thing is the people on the texting service who are trying to get me to give them the behind-the-scenes info, like the nicknames that people have put for them in the system.
I don't think it's any of their business, to be honest with you.
A lot of the people that are demanding it, like, give it to me, say it on air. I don't even care, says this person.
You will.
They don't have anything on their account.
Yeah.
No,
a couple of people that have been asking don't actually have nicknames. It's probably because you haven't been a dick enough.
Yeah, no, but don't make that a challenge. You know how these people are. There's a lot of like mega political people, which I prefer the YouTube and Twitch chat to these folks. So maybe like the technological hurdles filter out some of the dumber ones or something, and we get like a more quality feed over on that side. So hello to all of those folks on YouTube and Twitch. We could see you, and we'll get to the dispatchers as well in a moment. But there's a panic underway right now, some sort of panic underway in the state of Massachusetts. And they're talking about there's a mosquito virus that is
mosquitoes
spreading around pretty fast.
Manslaughter. Look at all the mosquitoes over here.
One of the things I thought was interesting about this, I don't know if you guys pick up anything from this, but they just call it by the initials in this news story, and they never after that mentioned what it is. It says, there are no vaccines, nor is there any treatment for EEE. They don't ever define it. They don't
That's
ever.
What they sound like when they're by your ear.
What do you think that stands for? Any guesses? Because I don't even know. I think it would be like equine encephalitis or something. It would be my guess, but I don't know what the other
triple E.
Yeah, EE. It doesn't even define it.
You got two of the E's.
What's the other one then?
Eastern equine encephalitis.
Okay, wow. I've never, ever heard anybody refer to that as EEE. Maybe this is in like the science world where they do this, or like health officials talk to it this way. I've just never before heard anybody say EEE, and I wouldn't know what they were talking about. I wouldn't know whether I should be scared or not. Can we look this EEE thing up? Celine, you might have that up in front of you now.
I do.
What does it do to you?
Nasty.
Because they're like setting up curfews in different cities where people are getting this. And I guess it's supposed to be pretty bad. But what does it say where you are, Celine?
Anyone can be infected with EEEV, which is just virus at the end. Especially if they live, work, or visit areas where that's present. People over the age of 50 and younger than the age of 15 are at the greatest risk for developing severe disease when infected with triple EV. Some of the symptoms possible to people infected. You got it?
Looks so nasty.
Oh, really?
It's boils.
Oh, God.
It's this one picture I'm looking at is boily.
And symptoms wait 4 to 10 days after being bitten by an infected mosquito.
Okay. So if you get bit by a mosquito, you might not even notice that happens. 4, 5, 6 days go by.
I get bit all the time. The mosquitoes are insane by my house right now.
And you wouldn't even know. And then what happens afterwards? Can you die?
I imagine if they want you to stay inside, the answer is yes.
Yeah, let's get to this. Here's ABC7 talking about this because they've now closed some of these towns down. They're panicking. There's like curfews in place and stuff. And here we go.
Threat related to mosquitoes is forcing authorities in Plymouth, Massachusetts to close parks and fields at night. The public health department says it is necessary after a man in his 80s contracted equine encephalitis. EEE is different from the West Nile virus, which can also come from mosquito bites.
Can we just call it encephalitis or something? Everybody going around saying EEE is going to be so stupid. Can you imagine if this turned into a big thing and we're like, oh, you got the EEE?
It's like hard to say.
Yes.
Like there was one of those dancing shows where you can like vote. It might have been like Dancing with the Stars or something. There was one that was hosted by a British person. And instead of telling her to say 888, she would just go, each number she would rattle off. And there's a lot of numbers. She'd go, 1, 8, 8, 8. It was just like, you're doing that harder than it needs to be done.
Like, how's Jeff doing? Jeff, oh, you got the EEE. That's not
the EEV.
That's not comfortable in conversation. I don't know if I can get with this. And this on the heels of, I don't want to go into the conspiracy territory here, but Fauci got knocked out by something this weekend. What did Fauci get? Did he get the Nile? I think he might have got the Nile.
Denial, like denying something?
No, the West Nile virus. I think he might have got that one.
Have we not figured out how, like, did they not let out mosquitoes that they would mate?
They were supposed to. We let out some tricky mosquitoes.
The anti-mosquito.
Yeah, which we're going to cut down with the population.
Would do, like, bad babies.
Yeah, but that clearly, in some places, is not helping with this.
Yeah, Fauci tested positive for West Nile virus like 2 days ago.
Jesus, man. So we got the mosquito-borne illnesses. That's the next thing that's happening right now. Mosquito-borne illnesses. So they said some of the parks are closed. There's curfews that they're putting in place. In fact, I want to hear about the curfew thing. Let me see. I'll drag this video up in just a second here so we can hear what they were saying. I know this is going to send people into panic, because everybody's going to be, another pandemic is on the way, and people will absolutely lose their minds collectively over this. And
I ain't getting no virus.
Hang on.
Or no, sorry, vaccine. I got that totally wrong.
Where is this? Hang on. I did see it on here today. Okay, I'll just search for this. All right, got it. All right, here's the story where they talk about there being some sort of curfew that they're working on.
Developing news from Oxford officials at a Board of Health meeting have approved.
I can't get any higher.
To issue
Me
a
either.
6 p.m. curfew to keep
Got a pen
residents
for that.
safe from high levels of triple E.
Triple E.
People at that meeting not happy.
Of course they're not.
800 people signed a petition.
They just come from football practice?
They're pissed off. These people are like, look, we got done with this whole stuff. We're over it. We don't want to deal with this anymore. And now they're saying we're going to have a 6 p.m. curfew because there's some mosquitoes biting people. Oh, you're going to get small towns up in arms if they start trying to do this. People will lose their minds. This will be a 6-point bump for Trump if this goes nationwide. If everybody's like, EEE, it's the new thing. Get your EEE tests. You got to go over here and get darted for
this.
this.
We already know what side Trump is on.
Right. Man, I don't know.
Do you not have the mosquito drop anymore? You didn't put that on the new laptop?
I do, but I don't know where it is on the new laptop.
I'm getting lots of compliments on my mosquito.
It sounds 3D, which I truly like.
I have to physically move my body. I'm going back to the old school Foley days.
All right, hang on, Sue. Hang on. No, I don't have it. Oh, I do.
I don't like mosquitoes.
Yeah.
I don't
like those mosquitoes.
I never did.
I got a lot of things to get used to over here. I want to go back to this
He's never
meeting.
coming back here, Celia, knows he?
The parents are freaking out. I like to be able to. I like to have the ability to be as flexible
I'm so
as
impressed
possible.
with that shot. I gotta tell you, it looks like you're part of a documentary right now.
Does it?
Yeah.
I'm too
Wish
red.
mine was like that.
Oh God, Photoshop me a little bit.
Right, I'm so producer right now.
I feel like you just asked me to crunch the numbers.
Yeah, crunch the numbers, please.
Dude,
let's go back to this meeting where everybody was really pissed off. They're talking about a curfew for the mosquito stuff.
Officials approving the recommendation say they aren't banning people from going outside, but instead putting safety measures in place. They suggest the 6 p.m. curfew lasts until September 30th, and starting October 1st, the curfew will shift to 5 p.m. and last until the very first frost.
Oh, how long is that from now? The very first frost?
So why don't you go with some sort of the opposite of a flamethrower, frost thrower, and just freeze those mosquitoes?
Give us some DEET. Isn't that what does it?
But DEET's not great for your body.
It's a trade-off. DEET or lockdowns. I'm taking the DEET.
DEET poison?
Yeah, just poison all the mosquitoes. Get them as fast as you possibly can and get through this. You're not going to get, I don't think you're going to get America to play along. I don't think, like, God forbid this turned into something massive and huge and scary.
Of course. I mean, send them the picture of what I just sent you. I'm like, do you want that all over your body? I think I'd stay inside for that.
Oh, God.
Exactly.
I'm risking it. I'm not going into the whole lockdown thing anymore. I can't do it. I'm with these people at the meeting. Robble. We got to fight this. I don't think that this will turn into something huge, but I've said that before. Stand here, a man who can be wrong from time to time. It's very rare. It's a truly rare occurrence.
And you were sitting in this building when you said it.
I was, and that's why I left. Partially.
Now you're back, baby.
Partially. But this is something to watch. It's an interesting story. You're going to see people rebel against all this stuff like this. You can't make a move right now that's going to affect like kids going to school or like curfews afterwards without really, truly inflaming the populace. And I don't know where that's going to lead with this.
I'll inflame your populace. I wish I didn't say that.
This is not new, by the way. This is not new. We've had encephalitis issues. We've had mosquito issues.
Is encephalitis one of them that's kind of like really serious if you get it?
I'm sure.
I think so. I think
What's weird, though, is that you would think it'd be Florida that's had these issues, but the fact that Massachusetts is going through it, is that what's, ringing the alarm bells?
Well, this person says Massachusetts deals with Triple E every year.
Oh, okay.
If they do they routinely have like things where they're calling them lockdowns? Curfew is what I'm comfortable saying because that's the way I think it was phrased in this meeting. Do they do that? Is that normal that they would have curfews for people? Because I don't feel like that's going to be super popular. Just my gut on that one. All right, let's go to some dispatches. Let's see how those work over here. Here is Disco Ain't Dead with the dispatch for us.
Hey, junkies, how's it going today? Happy Monday.
Hey.
Hey, you were speaking of the West Nile virus, mosquito diseases. We're going on a cruise over in Spain, Italy, a Mediterranean cruise in October, and they sent out an advisory to us for the mosquito infestations over there.
Really?
And asking you to wear long sleeves, long pants.
Supposed to go on a cruise with pants and sleeves?
Insect repellent. So I'm hoping that as the temperature drops, maybe they'll go away and we'll be all right. But it's kind of crazy. Hey,
all right.
Take care of yourselves.
Thank
Wiggle,
you,
wiggle.
Disco Ain't Dead. Appreciate it. This person on the texting service says, whenever you talk about Trump or his supporters, you can hear the hate in your voice. I just don't think that's cool.
Oh, he's responding to me.
Oh, are you talking back and forth with this person?
Because he had thought that it was right before the show started.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, bye, Sabrina. And I go, you have me still, sweetheart. So we're going to have a little back and forth between us.
I don't understand. Yeah, you
click his
texted
name
this
and you'll
person?
see all of it.
Oh, I don't even know if I can click things. You're further ahead than I am. I don't have anything to click. Like, I don't have a clicker around here anywhere. He says, other than that, I think you're hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know. That's kind of a self-report to me, to that person. That's kind of a self-report. Like, you should be strong enough to be able to hear criticism of people that you support. I think you should be, like, confident enough in your beliefs that doesn't bother you. I don't get that. And I think a lot of times if you're a Trump fan, you're so used to the other side that you're bagging on constantly for being thin-skinned, snowflake, whatever you want to say. You fall into the same habits yourself sometimes.
I have not changed who I am. If you've listened to the show long enough, I mean, I think that it's very clear where I lie. And I have been as respectful as possible when it calls for it. And if not, I've not been directly insulting. I've just kind of done the dance.
Yeah.
You know?
The one that I find most interesting is when people, I saw somebody earlier
When you
on.
go directly to my boss, that's the problem.
That's true. The one that I saw earlier that I thought was interesting was somebody was saying both C-Lane and Sabrina are far left people. And I was like,
wasn't that Greg or something?
I'm not
forget
sure.
his name. Todd? No.
C-Lane's not super political. I don't find you to even be super into politics.
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't say that about you. I think we've lost control of our classifications. You know what I mean? Nobody knows where to put people in boxes anymore. And
sometimes you don't need to put people in boxes.
I don't see a lot of use for it myself, but I think everybody should just be a little tougher. Like, just be used to somebody pushing back a little bit and then fight back with your point. All right? This is not like the arena of ideas. Stop being a pussy about it. Sean looks less undead today. Very suspicious.
I found that to be very interesting as well.
The AI junkie. I'm real. This is real. We're really here today. I'm second guessing whether or not we should have been. But here we are. And I think we figured everything out now. It just only took us a little while to get into things.
Sure.
But we've got it, I think, sorted. Worried about that thing in Massachusetts. Keeping an eye on that for sure. And you didn't mention this in the next episode, so let's roll through this real quick. There's not one, but two major bands right now that are flirting with the idea of doing a tour.
Another hell hath frozen over moment.
Yes, big time for Oasis.
Yes.
Because people with Oasis were like, it ain't never going to happen, not going to work. You'll never get the Gallagher brothers on stage with each other.
I mean, they've been actively... Mind you, one brother is like, I always save a seat for my brother to come to the show. And the other brother wants absolutely nothing
Ricky
to do
Bobby.
with them.
You know what my favorite was? Noel Gallagher, who, trust me, if you've heard the stories, I'm no fan of Noel Gallagher. I'm fine with Oasis.
Why? Because he beat you up?
He didn't beat me up.
Sean got beat up by a rock star.
He didn't beat me up. We fought. And we fought and we tussled, and then his bodyguard tried to beat me up after that. But Oasis, one of the craziest, most brutal things that I've seen, they did Oasis Unplugged. Remember when MTV was doing all the Unplugged stuff?
Yeah.
They did Oasis Unplugged.
They were trying it so much that at one point they tried to do, and I mean they did, LL Cool J Unplugged.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, and that was kind of cool, actually. I heard some of the songs that he would do and like kind of revamp into almost a rock style. But you got Oasis.
I thought it was just him and a drummer.
I can visualize it because I remember seeing it. And however they did it, it was cool. It was like a cool way to pull it off. But you have Oasis Unplugged, and Liam Gallagher is the singer of Oasis, in case you don't know. The Gallagher brothers, Liam Gallagher is the lead singer. And he says he's got some sort of problem, and he's throwing a fit, and he's not going to perform. So he doesn't perform, and at the last minute for Oasis Unplugged, Noel Gallagher goes, I'll do it. I'll sing the songs. I'll lead the band. And he goes up there, and the most brutal thing of all time, Liam Gallagher is like heckling him from the audience in certain parts of the show and booing him from the audience. Your own brother, your own band, and just going at each other's throats. That will never leave my mind. That will always stick with me as being a brutal thing. And all of the news stories today are like, Oasis is definitely, maybe getting back together, which is one of their albums, if you don't know. Linkin Park as well. They got some countdown on their website. But could Linkin Park, without Chester Bennington, could that even work?
I mean, they would have to pick somebody that would not piss off their entire fan base, or they would have to have the blessing of Chester Bennington's family.
Mm-hmm.
They would have to do it just right. Like, I don't know where Sublime came up with Rome.
Yeah.
I know that was controversial because I think that some of Brad Noel's family didn't love the fact that they were still using the word Sublime.
Right.
I felt when watching them, even though two original members of the band were there, at one point, I still felt a little bit like I was watching a cover band. And I guess people are a lot more accepting. People loved Sublime with Rome,
right?
But they're a little more accepting of the fact that Bradley's son is with the band now.
I agree. That seems to work better. It seems to piss less people off.
But you're going to have to do, if you want to retool Linkin Park into a version of that band that can tour and have somebody that actually plays the part of Chester Bennington, you're going to have to find the guy that they will latch onto and approve of.
Yeah,
and I don't know who that guy is.
I don't either. That's a tough one. Oasis is simple. Just make up, love each other, get on stage and put on a good show, or hate each other. Who cares as long as you're playing together? But the replacing of the lead singer, Linkin Park, that's tough.
Now,
that is tough.
I think it would be interesting if they picked somebody who's more popular for hip-hop than rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they found, like, obviously they did the mashup with Jay-Z before, and it would be way out of the realm of possibility to get Jay-Z to go on tour with Linkin Park.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that would be looked at as like, damn, like when John Mayer plays for the Grateful Dead, I think most of the Deadheads are like into it because he's good,
yeah,
and because he's doing the songs justice.
Yeah, he's not up there just because he's John Mayer. He's actually a fantastic guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
The guy knows what he's doing. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we have more of your dispatches to get into. We have a dog adoption gone, I don't even want to say wrong, because that really doesn't give it enough credibility. Very, very, very wrong is what I'll say. What happened? You're going to find out. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Try it with Angel.
Holmesy.
What?
You know what?
So uncomfortable.
I want to let you know. I appreciate a lot of things that you do. I love you, man.
Yeah, you're the man, dude.
That's all you got.
I got goosebumps. I hate it.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The left lane is blocked on Orange Blossom Trail due to an accident northbound at Cayley Street. Watch out for that one. The off-ramp from the Beach Line westbound to I-4 eastbound, that's partially blocked due to construction there. There's slowdowns on the ramp from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive and slowdowns on Orange Blossom Trail near the ramp junction where the Beach Line and Florida's Turnpike meet. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee. Save up to 70% during the Labor Day sale. Experience the best deals on top brands: Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest, Serta, Purple, Casper, and more. Plus, get a free adjustable set with select purchases with 0% interest financing and free next-day delivery. MattressWarehouse.com.
Get ready to win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, and $1,000.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
The human soul requires a minimum daily requirement of entertainment. Welcome to MGM Rewards. With the greatest live shows on earth, they have all the entertainment you can handle and more. Book now and make the most of your Vegas getaway at MGMRewards.com.
For decades, the mafia had New York City in a stranglehold, but the murder of Carmine Galante marked the beginning of the end.
It sent the message that we can prosecute these people.
From the minds behind the acclaimed television series, listen to Law & Order: Criminal Justice System on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart Radio app and search Law & Order: Criminal Justice System and start listening.
In entertainment news, executive producers of Sound of Freedom are back with another groundbreaking and inspiring film, City of Dreams. A boy's dreams of becoming a soccer star are shattered when he's trafficked to work in a sweatshop in Los Angeles. Critics are calling it powerful and eye-opening. Before opening in theaters on Labor Day weekend, City of Dreams is hosting the biggest movie premiere in U.S. history on Wednesday, August 28th, and you are invited. Watch the trailer and register for complimentary premiere passes at cityofdreamsmovie.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgagguydon.com.
With thatmortgagguydon.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Angela Zepeda, CMO Hyundai Motor America, talks about audio storytelling.
People scratch their heads and say, why would you put your brand on a channel that doesn't show the sheet metal? But for us, it's about storytelling. That's driving a lot of brand awareness, but we can also drive a lot of intent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the influencers, audiences, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
And now, another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap.
Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app? Like on your phone? I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This Earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Between the lines,
far beyond legal and ethical limits,
and under the surface,
too dangerous or disruptive to the existing status quo.
Hosts Ben Bolin, Matt Frederick, and Noel Brown introduce you to the world of stuff they don't want you to know.
We've officially entered the age of biohacking.
History is riddled with unexplained events.
Is somebody messing with us?
Now it's time for some answers.
Take us to the edge of the rabbit hole. We'll do the rest.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and start listening.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Yeah! Text the nationwide keyword WIN to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WIN to 200-200.
Radio.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
And Alina emails. Alina says, hey guys, I've been a listener from almost the beginning. Well, thank you, Alina. That is much appreciated. I was living in Florida when your show started, but was on vacation when things kicked off and was pleasantly surprised with your show when I returned. I'm actually on vacation now, which is way less frequent than it sounds.
Okay, what do you do? They have all these vacations.
She says, way less frequent than it sounds. Hope to hear you all next week. I'll continue to stream the show while on vacay. I moved to Wisconsin about 10 years ago, but have remained a faithful listener.
Thank you.
I absolutely love your show and each of your personalities, sending lots of positivity and love your way. How about that
Very
from Alina?
sweet.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Brandon emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com.
You guys suck.
Yeah. I was so disappointed after my 14th vacation that you're still on.
Sean, I'm listening to Friday's show, and this feels awfully familiar. I was a freak listener in Dallas and found you because of them. iHeart seems to be moving away from talk radio altogether. Well, there wasn't a lot of talk about it in the meeting today, I'll tell you that. Due to having to pay multiple personalities on each show versus one with music radio. The Freak flipped back into an alternative rock station and retained one of the three shows. The Freak meeting was also right at the beginning of the midday show, blah, blah,
That's
blah.
a fun name, Freak Meeting.
I sincerely hope this is not happening to me again. I don't have social media, and I never watch the news. Well, this person is off the grid. You are my only source for what's going on in the world. I know, scary. All right, thank you, Brandon. Sorry about your luck, but looks like we're okay for the moment. For now, things look okay. And it would be unbelievable that somebody would make a move with the level of success that we've seen over the last, million years. Thanks to you. Thanks to people like you listening to this show. But for that exact reason, you can't put it out of the question, because sometimes when the suits get involved in discussions like this, you have a bunch of people, and I don't even mean this as a big knock, but a lot of times you have a bunch of people who've never done a radio show in their lives. And how is that person going to know what a great radio show should sound like. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be able to operate from that perspective if you've never done it. Just like I don't know the life of a roofer, all right? I know the life of a water delivery boy because I've done that. I did that for 5 years, and I was
and
okay.
You sucked at it.
No, I was okay at it. It was just good enough to get by. And I know the life of a DJ at like an alternative or top 40 radio station. I know the life of somebody who works at a pizza place, all the different jobs I've had over the years. But it's hard when you've never done a thing. Like, it would be really hard for me to coach a baseball team on account of I suck at baseball. And I've never been good at baseball in my life. You feel me? That's the difficult thing, I think, that happens in some of these circumstances. Speaking of baseball, this is going to be so weird.
Sports!
There is a player for the Boston Red Sox. Have you guys heard anything about Danny Jensen?
I thought you were going to ask us if we ever heard of the Boston Red Sox.
Have you guys ever heard of the Boston Red Sox?
I certainly have.
All right, let's start there. You've heard of the Boston Red Sox? You too, C-Lane?
Yeah.
All right, that's two Boston Red
Sox.
Sox knowers. They have a catcher by the name of Danny Jansen, and he will be, in an odd way, in baseball history for what is going to happen very soon. Okay? He was in the lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays when they were playing the Boston Red Sox. And he played in the same game for both teams.
That seems odd.
For both teams. So, like, half the game he played. I think we talked about
in
this.
College.
I think we maybe talked about this when it happened. For half the game he played for the Toronto Blue Jays, and then he switched uniforms and went over to the other side.
They really don't have anybody else that he has to play for both?
He's the guy they wanted. They wanted this guy to be the catcher. And now he's baseball history. He's baseball history. It says he could be on his way to the Hall of Fame, if only as a footnote, with an authenticator expected to be on hand to grab an artifact for the museum from the historic game. And they just go over what went down here. Jansen was at the plate with a runner on first, one strike in the count, when the umpires called out the tarps for the finale of Boston series against the Blue Jays. The game will be resumed at that point as part of a day-night doubleheader on Monday afternoon. Oh, so the game, I see what happened here. The game was played while he was on one team, and then they had to shut it down because there was like a rain delay. That's what they're trying to say in the story. And then they're just now resuming the game, but the guy's on the other team now. And so they're trying to see if this has ever happened before in baseball history, since it's a continuation of the same game.
Yeah, but like, what if he's saying secrets? Or like, hey, we know...
he could be. He totally could be.
Or could you trust
Chase
him?
over here usually doesn't take the first pitch, and he's really terrible at curveballs.
I would guess they always do that. I would guess that they are always in a position where they go, hey, anybody on this team ever played for our opponent? What do you know? What are the like inside secrets you can tell? Oh, the pitcher tends to throw like this, and he does this. This means this, and I'm sure that they do that. But
would you trust him to play well for your team, knowing that you've traded him already, and he's just making up the ass end of a postponed game?
Well, it's beyond even just him, actually. They said the Red Sox have 3 players in the original lineup who aren't with the team anymore. According to these folks from the Associated Press, that's including Reese McGuire, who started the game at catcher. He was sent to AAA Worcester. How do you say that? Worcester?
Worcester.
Disgusting.
Worcester. To make room for Jansen. But one thing is certain, because Cora has already said he will get Jansen in the first game of the doubleheader. So, yeah, it's a long time being held over game, as best I can guess. All right, let's talk real quick, because I tease this. We're super running late on time here. Maybe we'll do this in jury duty. I'll start jury duty with this story about they were doing a dog adoption meeting and things went really, really far south. We also have to get to your dispatches. People have a lot of questions about things. Many, many things to discuss in the limited amount of time that we have left on the show today. All right, that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
All aboard for Real Yacht Rock Weekends.
I wanna kiss you
Every weekend this summer on Real Radio 104.1.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Progressive Insurance.
Like any other major program, Florida State looked to fill holes in their roster with the transfer portal. Things didn't go as scripted in week 0. Oregon State transfer QB DJ Uiagalelei struggled to fill the shoes of Jordan Travis, and Georgia Tech rushed for just under 200 yards. With the expanded playoffs, we haven't seen the last of Florida State, but after losing a lot of talent, the transfer portal is far from a guarantee. I'm Dan Patrick.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
And Mills Air is the company that's going to help you out with your AC. They've helped me out. They've helped so many of you out there in Central Florida to get back up and running. And they've been in business since 1992. That is over 30 years, putting smiles on faces because the air conditioning is working once again, and that's a big moment. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, meaning they can get your rebates up to $1,275 for a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to Mills Air. Preventative maintenance, by the way, is one of the things they offer. This saves you money, and you could detect an upcoming breakdown. Get on top of things. This is a really smart decision. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
You scaled the sheer cliff face, battling frostbite, running low on oxygen. The wind pierced your skin, and every inch was agony. You reached heights no other human had before, while getting nowhere at airport security. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover best-selling action titles on Audible.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Ends Labor Day. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapo Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick. Soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Renewal by Andersen is having their end of summer sale, and it's hotter than the Florida sun, and that's saying something. Renewal by Andersen's windows combine chic design with custom-built craftsmanship, providing impact resistance against Florida's extreme weather, which is more important than ever now that we're in the midst of the hurricane season, especially if you live on Florida's coast. Plus, everything is made in the USA. Now through August 31st, receive $300 off every window and $825 off all patio doors. Plus, 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. And be one of the first 50 callers and receive a free True Scene screen upgrade. Again, visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
An epic live concert event is coming to Dr. Phillips Center in downtown Orlando. You've seen the movie, now experience it like you never have before. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse features a live orchestra, turntables, a scratch DJ, electronics, percussion, and more, all in front of a colossal HD screen. Don't miss Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse live in concert. One night only, September 7th. Get your family's tickets now at drphillipscenter.org. That's drphillipscenter.org.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman. Instead of talking about how great my law firm is, let's talk about autism awareness. In Central Florida alone, there are thousands of children on the autism spectrum, including my son, Jacob. I'm not asking for a donation, but just a couple seconds of kindness when you see one of our children out in public. It will make a huge difference. If you want or need any information concerning the autism community, contact me at jeff@whenyouneedus.com. Offices, Orlando.
It's Mattress Firm's best sale of the year, Labor Day sale. Save up to $900 on select adjustable mattress sets from Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, and Sealy. Plus, get up to a $300 instant gift for pillows and more.
Sponsored by the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home at thenickley.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is the...
Survived. Well, for now we survived. And don't forget, you can always keep up with the show at thenewsjunkie.com, no matter what drama is going down. And that is the place to check and see what the updates are, thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com.
The 411.
And also, we got to get into jury duty here.
Sure
There's so much new stuff right now because this is a new laptop, a new program that I'm using, all kinds of stuff.
I'm surprised
New
that you
studio for you.
I'm surprised you brought the new laptop on a day where everything was going to be different for you. Like, you couldn't just deal with that amount of stuff. You're like, you know what? I'm going to add another new thing.
YOLO.
I thought about that, but you had said to me, C-Lane, you're like, you're going to bring a cord so that we can run video off your laptop. And I said, yeah. And the cord that I told you was for the new laptop. So I kind of just, threw myself in for going all the way with this.
So this is
So
my
far,
fault?
so good.
No.
I think it's been okay so far.
Me answering that question and kind of set me on the path to where I was going to end up with this.
Yeah, it's working out.
It's working out, kind of, I think.
Are we ever going to see you again?
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that's weird to me in this studio. Like, do you hear that
seeing
noise?
you.
Do you hear the noise that's going on in your studio? Or I heard Angel can't even hear it.
The buzzing.
No.
You don't hear that?
When you take your headphones off,
Yeah.
you don't hear a buzz.
Oh, I can hear the buzz now.
right?
No, I've been used to that.
I'm like, how did they not fix that?
I've been used to that.
It's like the mosquito sound effect you were doing earlier. I walked in there, it's like, what the hell is this? What's happening right now?
Honestly, when I sit in that room, I tune it out.
When I sit over
It's
here,
very tuned out. I also have my headphones up very loud.
these headphones were insanely loud. When I plugged my headphones in, I was like, holy cow.
Every time I leave, Doc's like, I'm concerned for your hearing. And I go, I don't know what to tell you. Also, what did you just say?
I like it loud. I like to hear it nice and loud so we can make sure everything is sounding just the way it should. Hopefully it is. All right, here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there are lots of attorneys that are going to be trying to knock your door down. But what you really need is somebody who is going to pay attention to you, hear you out, and fight for you in court, and that is Mo DeWitt. He's going to be the guy to help you. 866-CALL-MO or go to justcallmo.com. Over to Tampa for this story really quickly. Now, when you got Lexi, see, did you have to do a thing when you got Lexi where you went in and they kind of grilled you?
No. We adopted Lexi for like $100.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the parking lot of a PetSmart. It was an adoption agency or a rescue. We rescued her, and they just
rescued who though? Let's be honest.
They kind of set up a whole bunch of crates and dogs, and then they had a bigger crate where they had all the puppies. That's where all the kids were beeline to that wanted puppies. We didn't want a puppy.
But was there no shot that they were going to tell you No.
I don't believe so. I just think we got lucky that this wasn't one of the more strict
Why?
rescues.
You don't think you would have made the cut?
No, I just didn't want to have to deal with it. Like, I don't want to.
You don't want to be interviewed.
No,
right?
I had a full vet.
But just real quick, let me add something in. I think the interview is fine. I want to make sure that people aren't getting dogs that shouldn't get dogs, and this story will prove why that's the case. When you got Carl, little bite-sized dog, Carl can fit in the palm of your hand,
Sweet man.
friends. When you got Carl, what do they do? What kind of stuff are they asking you? Are they just trying to make sure you're not a nut job or what?
But they had, somebody. I had adopted a dog from this rescue before, Polka Dog Rescue. Wonderful people. But during that entire process, I needed references that they reached out to make sure that I was a responsible human.
Did you ever see if they actually called them?
I did not. I believe they did, or I was a reference for somebody else with the same rescue, and they reached out and they're like, "You're good with her, right?" I'm like, "Absolutely." They also came to my house and walked around the entire vicinity of it, so make sure that it was dog safe.
Yeah, they're making sure and that's what they should do, right?
And they're like, "Oh, your yard's not gated." And I go, "Yeah, but I don't plan on just letting him loose."
Right. Carl's going to stay inside.
And then one time he got out, and I was like, "Go!"
We did.
He can't get too far. He got tiny little legs.
Very tiny.
We had none of that. There might have been a questionnaire. It's been a handful of years, so I don't really remember. A lot of times they make you agree. This is if you get a puppy, by the way. They make you agree to get it fixed in a certain amount of time, and then you have to reach out back to them and prove it. I think some of them are a little more thorough than others. Lexi was fixed the day before we got her, which unbeknownst to us because we hadn't read the paperwork, but that's why she was so drugged out and very calm. So that was
like, this is going to be easy.
That was a roll of the dice. She could have woken up the next morning and just been an absolute S show. But no, I think based on other people's, based on Sabrina's story where they came to her house, based on other people's experiences that I've heard, we had it a little bit on the easy side. Like, here's $100, here's a dog.
All right, this not so much. Listen to this unbelievable story. The Tampa Police Department says officers responded to a particular place called Rags to Riches Animal Rescue Group around 12 p.m., dead center of the day, and there was an altercation there. The Rags to Riches Animal Rescue Group says they were meeting a potential owner, just like we were talking about here, interested in adopting a dog, when they say she refused to give the dog back and then pulled a gun on them.
Okay.
During this little meeting/interview thing.
Pulled a gun?
She pulled a gun. Dominique Amorosa and her mom both run the Animal Rescue Group, and we're doing what's called a meet and greet for a 2-year-old rescue pug named Bluey. It's the first step in the dog adoption process to see if the owner and the dog will be a good fit. They decided the dog and the owner are not a good fit.
No.
The woman does not take this very well. She then puts the gun to the back of the head of one of these people at Rags to Riches Animal Rescue Group and makes her get down on her knees, like crouch down. Then she moves the gun to the temple of this person's head and says, "That's where I got the cut. I don't know what was on her gun." Bluey, the dog, this pug, uses a wheelchair after being hit by a car and needs special care. When they explained to the woman that it wouldn't be a good fit given that she had several other dogs with her, she refused to hand the dog back over and then elbowed Omarosa's mother as she tried to grab it. They got video of this whole thing. Says, "That's when I just started screaming a bunch in hopes that somebody would come out, and my lovely neighbor came out and saw her with my mom, ran in her house to call 911. They said she threatened to let the woman's other dogs go if she didn't give back Bluey. So now we got a standoff going on. That's when they say the woman threw the dog back. Just moments later, there's a video of her trying to get the license plate of this person, and she pulled a gun on the folks.
Put it on the back of her head.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Like she's going to execute her. All right. You give me the dog in the wheelchair or I'm going to shoot you in the face. Essentially what this woman was saying was going to happen at this little meet and greet. Things must not have gone very well.
Yeah, I'd not give her a dog ever again.
Yeah, I think this is
crazy.
This is a sign this person shouldn't have any pets, I don't think. And I am absolutely on board with people being a little bit careful about just who's getting a dog. There's so many people that go, "Oh, I want an adorable dog." and you go, you have an experience with this. Are you financially stable enough to be able to comfortably afford for a dog?
And that's why going through rescues is a smart move.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll see people who are like in a desperate situation or should have never had a pet to begin with, and they post on Facebook or on Nextdoor, and you'll see all the comments like, do not do it this way. People buy these dogs in order to use them as bait dogs.
Right.
Or they abuse them, and that's why it's like the incredible work that rescues do. I mean, that is it's God's work.
Mm-hmm.
I certainly couldn't do it myself, and I'm very thankful for the rescue animals that I've had, but they're there for a reason.
I never knew it could be that much like sparks in a meeting back and forth. But this person,
the spark, Sean's what they say.
This person really wanted that dog. They wanted the wheelchair dog. Real quick to wrap things up in jury duty. We've been talking about that super yacht story where it sunk after a water spout hit it off the coast of Italy. There's a case opened up now, manslaughter investigation. Like, this is taking a turn here.
Who are they trying to arrest the water spout?
They said authorities in Italy have opened a manslaughter investigation into the sinking of the super yacht, which killed British tech tycoon Mike Lynch and 6 others off Sicily. According to the probe, they found it was not the weather that caused the ship to sink, but it was a result of the behavior of the crew and the way the boat was handled.
Interesting.
They said this is not aimed at any individual right now. There are many possibilities for culpability. It could just be the captain. It could be the whole crew. It could be the guard. We're looking into this. So now that has turned into an actual legal issue.
Which, I mean, this was coming right after that other person got in a car accident, randomly hit by a car and killed, and now these other people they are in the boat that sank.
Something's not right here. It's real fishy.
Our yacht guy's good, right?
The who?
For sure. Our yacht guy.
Oh,
remember?
hopefully. Yeah.
Hopefully, absolutely is. Can't wait to meet you, Captain Blank.
Captain Anonymous, I think. All right, now.
Captain Anonymous.
He didn't want us to say his name.
That's a fun name.
But his boat is nice. We did take a look at his boat. I think it looked pretty solid.
Gays are allowed.
We'll get into, we got to talk about, have you guys watched any of the Chimp Crazy show or no?
No.
Chimp Crazy? I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I don't know, man. Come on.
Okay, we have
It looks like the chimps are dying in it.
It's not really. We have to get into this because I know some of you folks watch this, and if you haven't, you have to hear what was going on at these places in the first episode of this show. Put that on your list. We're going to get into this. We'll talk about that. It's coming up next in the news, Junkie.
Smell that? It's almost football season. Hear the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season here on Real Radio 104.1, courtesy of Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
There's a couple accidents to keep an eye out for this afternoon. The left lane is partially blocked on Orange Avenue northbound at Cayley Street. Authorities are clearing up an accident causing a bit of commotion here on Edgewater Drive at All-American Boulevard. The ramp from the Beach Line westbound to I-4 eastbound, that's partially blocked due to construction there. And if you see any other traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Early Learning Coalition of Osceola County.
Want to give your child a learning experience that's free, fun, and gets them ready for the future? The voluntary pre-kindergarten program is your answer. It's available at no cost to any 4-year-old child residing in the state of Florida. Visit our website at elcosceola.org. That's elcosceola.org.
If you want to find out about a reverse mortgage, that mortgage guy Don can help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. You want to find out how it works? Don will get you some numbers and explain the details. Then you decide if that makes sense for you to proceed. A reverse mortgage could be a lifesaver for people over 62 on a fixed income. Get a quote with no hard credit inquiry by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapo Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max, use for adults only.
Today in entertainment, we're shining the spotlight on a new movie that has the power to save lives, City of Dreams. From the executive producers of Sound of Freedom, City of Dreams is an inspiring thriller about a boy who finds the courage to fight back after being smuggled into the United States and tricked into working in a sweatshop. Celebrities and leaders like Tony Robbins, Luis Fonsi, Vivek Ramaswamy, Yalitza Aparicio, and Enrique Santos were so moved by this story of hope and resilience that they've joined forces to get the word out about this must-see film and to raise awareness of child trafficking. Critics have given the film a perfect 100% rating and call it powerful and eye-opening, Oscar-worthy, and a rallying cry for justice. Before opening in theaters on August 30th, City of Dreams is hosting the biggest premiere in history on August 28th. Visit cityofdreamsmovie.com to watch the trailer and register to redeem your complimentary tickets for you to attend this historic event. City of Dreams, in theaters August 30th.
How long have you been thinking about going solar? With power bills soaring higher and higher than ever, it's time to think about what you can save instead of what you're spending. Each year you wait, you could be losing thousands. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power or solar source? With over 40 years in business, Solar Source has over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They've had the same phone number since 1984. It's no wonder this company is the one I trust. I started with a pool heater solar, and now I'm thrilled that Solar Source has a pay-as-you-go system. I can save monthly, and it starts at $99. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Filling you.
It's called Chimp Crazy. And I didn't even know this until we started watching it, but it's done by the people who did the Tiger King stuff.
Oh, so it'll have some humor to it.
Yeah, there's like, they know how to find like clever ways to show people's personalities. And they are good at telling stories, like the story of Tiger King, obviously. And I didn't know what else to expect. Honestly, I thought, and somebody had told me at some point in time, hey, you got to watch this Chimp Crazy. It's about the lady who got her face ripped off by the chimpanzee that she had. And I'm like, oh, the lady was like giving her chimp wine and pills and stuff.
Wasn't she the one that you said was
Charlotte Nash?
Yeah.
That was
She was like the first faceplant, but kind of they don't use that as an example.
Yeah, it was a little rough. And then afterwards, she went on Oprah, and like Oprah would do the thing where she like touch her face to like humanize her and be like, "You look beautiful, you're stunning." And I'd go, "I don't know if I can get on board with that, but it's a miracle that this person is alive for sure." So that's what I thought it was about. I see Chimp Crazy. I'm going, oh, it's going to be a big long series about this insane person and this attack. It's not that. I guess the second episode, which I haven't seen yet, is going to feature a bunch of footage and bits of the story.
Whatever happened to
Charlotte Nash?
Yeah.
Still alive, as far as I know, I believe. Still doing her
went
thing.
back in for another surgery?
I don't know. I'm not sure if there was any follow-ups to that, or I think it's kind of been quiet on that front. But I'm excited to learn more with the second episode of this Chimp Crazy. First episode focuses on this woman who I think she calls herself the Dolly Parton of the animal world?
Okay, first of all, we'll see after the show. But to call yourself the Dolly Parton of anything, you have to be damn sure of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're typically someone else calls you that.
Yeah, you want to wait for somebody else to give you that moniker.
Dub yourself.
I agree. It's a brave move to go out there and just toss that down.
What would you call yourself of radio?
The greatest. Just
the person.
Flat out.
Can you just give me a celebrity comparison?
I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody that really fits the bill.
Just try. For the sake of the segment that we're on right now.
I don't really have a comparison.
Nothing.
I'm sorry.
Not even the seal.
No, what are you of radio?
The Dolly Parton of radio, obviously.
You can't do that. You just said you can't do that. You're violating your own rules. C-Late is the Mr. Rogers of radio.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Right, dude. He's a very sweet man. That's like
Chris Farley of radio?
Well, I don't know that that's really the path I want to go
not
down.
Dead Farley, alive Farley, when things were
Live
going
Farley
well.
of radio.
Yeah. I mean, I think that would be a good one. I think that would make sense.
Still kind of mean.
Why is it mean? Chris Farley was a nice guy, very talented. So you should be flattered about that.
I think you're the TJ Miller of radio.
TJ Miller of radio was brutal. And,
Solid start.
Hurtful. And then you spiral out.
Emoji movie.
Solid star emoji movie breakdown. Complete breakdown. Not in Deadpool 2, just meltdown city. So anyways, the first episode has this woman, and she thinks she's like the Dolly Parton of the animal world and the chimp world. And basically there was this lady, this one lady's very camera shy, who was raising chimps and selling them. And the chimps would start out at about $35,000. Now, I love America. I love America through and through. But there are some problems with this country. And one has, for a very long time, plagued this particular world. And that is not just anybody should be able to buy a damn chimpanzee.
By no means.
All right? Not just anybody should be able to buy a lion. These animals should be in specialized places where they absolutely know how to take care of them.
And if you can buy a chimpanzee, you need to have a better vetting process than when I got Lexi and just paid $100 for her in a parking lot.
Right. And these people would come in with sandwich bags with 35 grand in it, and they go, chimpanzee, and they send them on their way.
Okay, first of all, it's more of a gallon Ziploc, let's be honest here.
Now it's more.
What kind of sandwiches you're eating?
Now it's like $60K.
I'm talking about the size of the bag.
Uh-huh.
We saw firsthand when we went to Central Florida Animal Reserve the result of anyone being able to buy a big cat.
Yes,
and
they end up at a place where
for those people,
a place where a professional can actually do the right thing.
But it's only because they have. And they ended up having to still struggle to find a bigger place because so many people are like, oh, wow, this cat does get way bigger and could eat me, and I can't keep it in my apartment. What a surprise.
It's
but
brutal.
They still bought it.
I don't think that should be a thing. I'm sorry. I draw the line at certain animals, and I don't think everybody should be able to be a pet owner. I've got spicy takes on this that I don't feel are that spicy, but some people rage against. I don't think hobos should have dogs. I think they should get their life together and try to make sure they can take care of themselves first. I think that animals should be treated with respect and dignity. That's not a hot take at all. But if you're not a professional, you don't know how to take care of a chimpanzee. So this woman who was selling these chimps to everybody, she sells one to the woman who calls herself the Dolly Parton of the animal world. And that woman starts to get into a fight. The main woman who was selling the chimpanzees, starts to get into a huge fight with PETA. PETA hates this lady. They want her shut down. And the lady wants to get out of it. She wants to kind of retire. Dolly Parton of animals comes in to take over.
Stop calling her that.
That's what she calls herself. I don't know her name. She's got flair. She's got long eyelashes.
Call her DPA.
She you see her boobs in the first episode.
Like Nip?
Here's why. When she got her first chimpanzee.
I already feel like I know what you're going to say.
She fell in love with it. And
she breastfed it.
She bought a couple other chimpanzees because she just couldn't get enough of them. And one of them that was given to her was a brand new newborn chimpanzee that was way underweight.
Okay.
And it wouldn't drink any of the formula or anything. and she was breastfeeding at the time, so she just started breastfeeding the chimpanzee.
Okay.
And it made it into a bunch of news stories. And then her husband's like, I walked in, and she's got a baby on one tee and a chimpanzee on the other. And
I said, toss those things. Time to make love. I'm Dolly Parton's husband.
And as they're talking about this, they show a photo of her topless on the screen. I go, okay, that was unexpected. So this woman takes over. She's fighting with PETA. I'm not going to ruin anything that happens from there or what happens with the rest of the story.
I probably won't watch it.
At the beginning, I go, I have to ask myself 2 questions.
Why am I horny?
Number one, do I believe that this lady actually loves these chimpanzees? Yes, I do. I believe that she actually loves the chimpanzees. I believe
loves in the way that you would love a pet, or loves in the way that you would love a spouse.
See, Lane, she said, I love these chimpanzees more than I love my own kids.
Okay. Or?
She said that flat
They
out.
don't talk back.
Yeah, she just was in love with these
now,
animals.
mind you, I could see where that love, not more than my kids. I don't know what it is to have a child yet, but I do love my animals, and I was raised in a house with both siblings and pets that we all loved very much.
Yeah.
Like, if it came down to it, house fire style, kids first, but then we go back in for the pets.
Right.
Like, that's just how it is.
It's a close bond, yeah.
A very close bond. Would I breastfeed Carl? Absolutely not.
That would be so weird.
That would be so
all right,
weird.
even though I think that this person loves the chimpanzees that she's taking care of, that doesn't mean that she's the best person to take care of them. Just because she actually loves them doesn't mean that that's the best place for those animals to be.
Why do you say that?
Because she's not an expert. She just kind of fell into this and started taking care of the chimps. In a way, she knows how to handle chimps because she's done it for a very long time. But
you eventually learn.
She was doing things. I'm watching. I go, is that chimp drinking a Powerade? And
okay, but
she's got the chimp drinking a Powerade.
Yeah, that's fine.
It can't be fine.
They can have a Powerade.
She comes in with a big bag. I kid you not. McDonald's. She goes, oh, they love the chicken nugget value meals.
Says the guy who gives cookies to ladies.
Cookies that are made as dog treats. They're made to give to the animal.
Yeah,
She's legit.
Should have went with cheese balls.
She's got a pile of fast food a mile high.
What about
She's
cheese
like,
balls?
Here you go. Cheese balls, she probably shouldn't have, but we only give her one every once in a blue moon.
I just saw it the other day.
What, the thing of cheese balls?
You called lady and you go, who wants a cheese ball? I'm John.
I don't give her many of those anymore, mainly because they're very, very stale. But there's a big difference between giving your dog a little treat, maybe something off your plate, and letting a chimp eat value meals.
My rule is if they have human-like hands, they can have human-like food.
It seems so
Simple as
bad.
that.
Lady was just feeding them straight up value meals.
The problem is in the way the internet is now, and the how common having a pet such as a dog or a cat, even a bird, is. You can easily Google or sometimes ask your smart device whether or not dogs can have this, dogs can have that, and
Sure.
we've started actually basing what we give Jackson on whether or not a dog can have it, because inevitably he's going to throw it on the ground and like, he's going to eat it. So Jackson ain't going to taste grapes for a while.
All right.
But
Gosh, grapes was a real mind F for the Ambra household.
Yeah.
Because grapes, growing up, we didn't have Alexa then, but when the dogs would get grapes, they would also like throw them. And it was the cutest thing. And then we get older and they're like,
you're not supposed to do that?
they're terrible for your dog's kidneys. Yes.
your dogs.
It's very bad for them. So,
well, my dogs lasted a long time.
long story short, I don't think the internet has as many pages about having a pet chimpanzee.
Bet.
So where you can go like, hey, shma, can chimpanzees have extra value meals?
Right. Well, the fact is, just not a lot of people have chimps, which is good. And the amount that do, it's not enough to generate like enough. Here's how you can do it too. Info. Though I'm sure there's stuff on YouTube. Like I'm like caring for a chimp. I
mean, you should just
I'm
have
sure it exists.
you should have a license for it, in which that means you're going through a course in which you can take care of
Yes.
this animal. That it's not the lifespan of a dog.
and
It
nev-
is for many years.
as long as humans live. The chimps
Right.
can live as long as humans live. And I don't think there's ever a circumstance where somebody should have an animal like a chimpanzee at their home. I think these animals should be in facilities. They should be in places, hopefully outside of chains and concrete and
tiny cages. I've seen entire homes dedicated to chimpanzees, in which a couple is like, "This is our life. These are our children. This is how we care for them forever," and they. Absolutely. They're happy. They're cared for properly.
I'm sure that they are. But
they probably make their money with TikTok because I'm in there just like, did you guys see this? It's so cute.
And I know this is like a strange take for a guy who has pets himself. But I have a hierarchy of animals in my mind. Fish, the brains are mush. There's not a lot going on there. They don't have pain receptors. There's nothing that you're really taking away from a tiny fish in a saltwater aquarium. Dogs are just now bred to be companions with human beings. But when we start
brains
to go
also mush.
Lady, yes, mush brains. When we start to go up in the food chain, we end up on animals like chimps, where I don't think that animal should have a life where you're putting suspenders on it and you're dressing it up to go out to your kids' baseball games so you get a whole bunch of attention. I think these animals should be in places where they have like some freedom, where they could be with other chimpanzees. It's hard to watch this because the woman loves the animals, but that's not the place for the animals to be. And that therein lies the kind of brutal reality of it all. I would watch it. I think it's interesting. That woman she's a character. She's an absolute
crazy
character.
As what's her face from Tiger King?
Carol Baskin.
Yeah.
She's very different. You might like her because her personality
I just don't want to see no chimps die. So I think that's why I'm going to avoid it.
You're not going to see any chimps die, at least not in the first episode, I can tell you. But in the first episode, you're just going to see this person and how they really believe they're the good guy and PETA is the bad guy. And I'm usually on board with that. PETA is often the bad guy. PETA is an organization that doesn't believe, this was in their founding documents, and the people who created PETA, they don't believe any human should have any animals as pets. Dogs and cats outside. It should be beyond human control. This is the world that they yearn for, and I think that that's stupid. I think it doesn't make any sense. But I think PETA was right here. A broken clock and all that. I think that they were onto something, and it's a very difficult conversation when you think about it, because then you get into like, where's the line? Where is the line that you draw between animals that it's okay to have and animals that it's not? And it's sort of like the Supreme Court with indecency. I know it when I see it. A lion should not be in your house.
You shouldn't see it, though.
A tiger should not be in your house. You should not have... From our experience...
I'd have a little monkey.
Maddie the lemur is a great example. From our experience...
You're going to tell Jody to her face that she can't have Maddie?
I am not going to tell her that. In fact, I'm going to say this. Jody's lesson to us when we got to meet the lemur and got to hang out with it for a little while and got the experience was, this is what it's like for 10 minutes. And it's fun for you guys. You guys are enjoying this, and you get to play with Maddie for 10 minutes. This is all day long, every day, never ends. People should not be getting these. She says that. She says people should not be getting these animals as pets.
Thank God for people like her.
Yeah, she's an expert who knows how to care for that animal in the way that it needs to be cared for.
Toothless mom. First of all, English.
Mm-hmm.
Toothless's mom as well.
Right.
Who was the
sloth?
Baby sloth at Just Okay this past year. And we love you, Jody.
Mm. She knows what she's doing. She's a professional.
A good sip of water?
Yeah, it was. Yes, I had to get a little sipperoonie here. Mm-hmm. Still getting used to things over here. And I shall be used to them.
I have been staring at the... Oh, you're going to throw up.
No, that wasn't me.
If you throw up, I'll throw up.
That wasn't me.
Celine, you going to throw up?
No, I was just sipping out of this cup.
It sounded like throw up for a second.
We got a new boss. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much
Probably not
for
a good day to do that.
We can't do Big Gulp Radio.
Sabrina here, the one who awkwardly introduced herself to you. Looking forward to our lunch date.
I'm really questioning, because like when you were going to ask at the meeting, I
didn't ask. I said you ask. But I mentioned, and then I did a thing.
Am I right to say it would have been inappropriate to ask that question around the other ladies? So that's why I didn't ask.
1,000%.
I'd rather ask her person to person. I'd rather ask.
It would have sounded like.
Honestly, I think it's not for us to ask.
Optics would have been like,
why not?
Putting
This
her
is
on
our
the spot in front of
job.
everybody.
I think somebody else should ask.
Oh well, hopefully he's doing that in 40 minutes or so. But I want to get the answer
If
personally.
not, I'm stealing everything here.
Yeah, on the way out, get all the good
That
stuff.
clock, Box Pro for sure.
You know what's wild? I don't have a key to this building. I had
because no one has keys to the building.
I don't have the other thing either.
He doesn't have the
I had
app.
to sneak in with somebody.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Like, I'm an illegal alien in this building right now. I'm
You don't
off
have
the
to be.
grid. I
Also,
don't-
you're going to get yelled at.
Yeah.
For
by
what?
Raquel.
Raquel's going to come
She
hunt you
listening.
down and said that you should. Yeah, she's listening all the time.
She loves listening to the show.
Yeah.
You're supposed to give her a sweater a long time ago.
What? Oh, wait, was I?
Yes, you were.
You guys got to remind me of this stuff.
I'm not your assistant.
I didn't say you were my assistant, but if there's somebody at the company who I promised something to,
Who we
and you know
love
they're waiting
very
for
much.
it, I
adore.
I apologize profusely. We need to get this person whatever they were promised if they were promised something. I don't want to leave those kind of loose ties out there.
Jody says hi.
Hello to Jody and your adorable animals.
Did you see all the chiming in on the texting service of "You are the blank of radio"?
No, what did they say?
Val Kilmer of radio before cancer, pre-cancer Val Kilmer.
right.
That's good. Vince Vaughn of radio.
I don't know what to make of this.
William Howard Taft. I guess that person loved baths. Trump of radio.
Okay. Figured there would be one of those in there.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing too many more.
Also,
Neil
I'm
Bort
seeing
of
a
radio.
lot more of the names.
Yeah.
Someone was just labeled jerk.
And no, don't tell them who it is. Now you don't know. But one of you
is labeled just jerk, lowercase.
See the second text that came in there at 20 after. I'm so interested in whoever's putting these notes in at the level of details that they're putting in here. It says
Ryan Holmes.
There's like a nickname for the person. Then there's their work history.
But that's just so long ago. Why does that matter?
It's sometimes if he doesn't have like an actual name for this person, he will copy some of the text from them, and so he kind of like has an idea of a person.
Okay, so that person though, did they work at the company that's named that, or did they do the job?
Did they work in intelligence or did they work for Intel?
All right, that
We'll never
narrows
know.
it down.
We shall never know.
I guess we'll look into that thing.
Evil Eye says the only person that needs to be fixed is the new boss. The station runs itself. Whatever about the rest of the stations out there.
All right.
Well, we don't want to make enemies. We want everything to be cool. I want everything to be good. I just want to make sure we're fine and that we can be assured that moving forward, there's not going to be some dumb decisions made. And I hope that that'll be the outcome. And so any of you
Completely
who are
unrelated.
expecting anything different than that, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm a wedding officiant, and I can host karaoke, and got to get that voice changer back at your house.
Planning on our exit route
He
here?
sold it.
I know he did. And refused to sell it to me.
I didn't know you
The best
wanted
part.
it.
I've said it 14 times.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
DJ Rage called you the John Holmes of radio. What an absolute suck up.
John Holmes isn't the porn star?
Yeah, with the big dong.
I would never have known that.
Somebody says, "Oh, what am I labeled?" I can't even say it on the radio, sir. I can't even tell. Actually, the third person in has the greatest name I've seen so far. The Mick.
Right. This is very interesting.
All right.
Douchey McDoucherson.
Was he just not talking on the radio while all this labeling happened?
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're talking about the docuseries that is on Max called Chimp Crazy, which was fun and interesting, and I'm ready to see some more episodes of it. But Netflix is canceling one that they were going to be doing. And it's interesting what this was about, what this docuseries was supposed to be about. And I'm trying to figure out why Netflix didn't want to do this. Like maybe they thought that is too edgy, too out there. We'll see. We'll go into this story that's coming up next in the news, Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The roadways are wet out there, causing delays on some of the major roadways here on State Road 408 between Old Winter Garden Road and Goldenrod Road, on the Beach Line between Dallas Boulevard and Innovation Way, and on I-4 eastbound and westbound between Michigan Street and Maitland Boulevard. There's an accident on Orange Avenue northbound at Cayley Street causing commotion. Just travel with caution on the roadways. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
All right, folks, my friends at Maxine's on Shine are here to make your week even better with Maxine's Mind Boggler. Congratulations to last week's winner, Ryan. Now, the first person to answer this riddle correctly wins a $25 gift card to Maxine's on Shine. Here is your riddle. Forwards, I am heavy. Backwards, I am not. What am I? Forwards, I am heavy. Backwards, I am not. What am I? If you know the answer, email me, Sabrina@realradio.fm. First person to answer correctly wins a $25 gift card. If you don't win today's riddle, don't worry. You got a shot every single week. Plus, you're going to feel like a winner every single time you visit Maxine's on Shine. Voted best downtown Orlando restaurant 3 years in a row. Diverse, comfortable, and delicious with a splash of sexiness. For more information on location and reservations, go to maxinesonshine.com.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
If Heineken Silver was a 60-second radio ad, it'd tell you all the stuff you need to know in only 30 seconds to keep things light and refreshing. Seriously, time me. Heineken Silver, a world-class light beer that's surprisingly crisp and refreshing, made with only premium quality ingredients and just 2.9 grams of carbs and 95 calories, all without compromising on taste. Heineken Silver, all the taste, no bitter endings. Order now at Heineken.com/silver. Must be 21 and older to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly. Whew, 30 seconds, that's it. Done. Peace.
Orlando City is back at home at Inter&Co Stadium this weekend for Military Appreciation Night as your Lions take on Nashville on Saturday, August 31st at 7:30 p.m., presented by Circle K. Tune in on FM 96.9 The Game and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Don't forget to tune in an hour before the match at 6:30 to catch Kickoff Minus 60 airing exclusively on the Lion Nation app.
If you ask anyone who's experienced LASIK, they will tell you it's the best thing they've ever done. And more often than not, they'll add, I should have done it sooner. So what are you waiting for? The Filatowski Eye Institute is offering free LASIK consultations. Just text 1041 to 868686 and start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. They've performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures using the latest state-of-the-art technology. If finances aren't concerned, they offer 24-month interest-free financing. Text 1041 to 868686 to schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute.
Hi, my name's Tim Forehand. I'm a deputy sheriff. In my job, keeping in shape is important. I've tried other products to get my weight down, but nothing has worked like Android 400. In just 3 months, I've dropped 51 pounds, down from 230 to 179. Plus, the weight's come off in the stomach area. I've gone from a snug 36-inch waist to a 32-inch waist, which I was in high school. I highly recommend the Android 400 to all my friends.
Guys, are you frustrated because no matter how hard you try, it seems impossible to lose stubborn belly fat? Then discover why thousands of men each month rely on Andro 400. Lose belly fat, gain energy and confidence, and feel great about yourself. Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com. or call 888-400-0435.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
You scaled the sheer cliff face, battling frostbite, running low on oxygen. The wind pierced your skin, and every inch was agony. You reached heights no other human had before, while getting nowhere at airport security. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover best-selling action titles on Audible. You sailed beyond the horizon in search of an island scrubbed from every map. You battled krakens. You navigated through storms. Your spade struck the lid of a long-lost treasure chest, while you cooked up a lasagna. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover best-selling adventure stories on Audible.
In today's Marketers Report, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, weighs in on audio's ability to reach any audience.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. So it's a great way to take something very precise in what we're trying to do to reach patients with something that I think we can all agree is somewhat broad in reaching many, many different audiences.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
As storm season heats up, your Better Business Bureau reminds you to make a list now of trusted professionals. If you need help after a hurricane, who will you trust? Protect your home and family by choosing licensed, reputable professionals. Turn to bbb.org to find a better business.
Kickoff is almost here, and iHeart is the official home of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring podcasts like NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal.
Packing it with so much goodness. Chock full of info.
And tons of fantasy football podcasts with expert advice for you to win your fantasy league. It's the best part of the season. Your team is undefeated and anything is possible. Take the iHeartRadio app and the NFL with you right in your pocket. Open the free iHeart app, search NFL, and start listening now.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
If you're not confused, you are not paying attention. This is the new.
Tom and Steve emails. He says, it's been great hearing you talk about our parks being invaded by unscrupulous money whores. One correction, though. Jonathan Dickinson is not on the beach, says Steve. It's just west of US 1 with the Intracoastal on the other side. Yeah, I should have said ocean, I guess. If I was saying beach, I meant the ocean, the Intracoastal Waterway. It does have great views of that. Either way, it needs to be left alone and enjoyed as it is. I don't know if I mentioned this, but when I was a kid, I've been to Jonathan Dickinson State Park many times. We used to go on field trips and stuff, and I've been there lots of times, so I know the area. This applies to all the state parks they intend to do the same with. Hope to hear you on Tuesday. Well, I think we'll be here tomorrow, Steve. We shall see. Thank you for the email. There was an update on this whole thing, and if you missed it, what they were going to do was they were going to take all these areas where it's government land, and in this case, a beautiful state park, and instead of just upgrading them and adding some amenities, maybe making things a little bit better and more usable for people, they were going to, with this plan, put 3 golf courses in one place, and they were going to do a bunch of stuff that nobody wanted them to do.
I think they said lodging, too. I don't know if they actually meant a hotel, because there were some people that were like, we don't need hotels on public property, which I would tend to agree with.
But it was also going to get rid of people's actual residence.
Yes, because in the Jonathan Dickinson State Park, there's homes like I don't know if homes. I mean, there's places where people live.
Right?
Yeah, the staff residences in there, and they were going to uproot them. They were going to rebuild them. They suggested, but they were going to do some work on that. I have the story in front of me, and this is the update. It says group withdraws plan to build golf courses at Jonathan Dickinson State Park.
Nice.
And the decision by the Tuskegee Dunes Foundation comes after days of protests.
We won.
It says you've called, emailed, and protested a proposal to build 3 golf courses at Jonathan Dickinson State Park. Now it appears your voices are being heard by decision makers in Tallahassee. This was hugely unpopular. This was so stupid. Everybody who was involved in this from the jump is a dummy. And they should have known this was not going to be well received. This is like a room full of dummies talking to each other and like, yeah, people love golf courses, right? Yeah, they love golf courses. Let's take the state
I'll have
park.
no problem with it.
Let's put 2 18-hole golf courses and a 9-hole golf course in it. Everybody's going to love that, right? And no one in the room has the balls to dissent and go, you guys, this is the stupidest idea I've ever heard in my life. This is a truly terrible
We'll take
idea
it to the people
that you're coming up with here.
It was like the most bipartisan that we have been in Florida for quite some time.
I think so. I think I would agree with that. This was across the board. I didn't hear a single person step up and say, I really want these golf courses.
The person that was going to design that golf course
That's
probably
the
a little
one.
bummer. Does it say whether or not, because I'm trying to scroll through and look, but it wasn't just Jonathan Dickinson State Park that was going to be affected by this legislation they were looking at. Does it say whether all of the parks that were in question are safe, or is it just this one?
Good question. This says WPTV received a statement on Sunday night from the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. It says the Florida Department of Environmental Protection appreciates the Tuskegee Dunes Foundation's good faith proposal.
Sounds like a sex move.
For a public golf course at Jonathan Dickinson State Park. While they're withdrawing their proposal, the foundation worked with the state to pursue a project that would have created a public world-class golf course for all while supporting veterans, first responders, and their families. Boy, what a way to 9/11 your way out of a controversy. All we were trying to do was set up a golf course for veterans, first responders, and injured whales.
So obviously you hate America.
They really wanted to kind of put that in their statement to hide behind it a little bit. The project will be removed from agency review, but this doesn't say that it affects anything to do with the larger plan. Also, I love this. It's unclear who is behind the Tuskegee Dunes Foundation. The organization apparently started a website Sunday announcing its withdrawal. So they only built their website just to announce that they were no longer going to be building golf courses in the state park. Wow, absolute dumb effery was afoot here in this particular story. I told you Netflix is shelving a documentary they were working on. This is a wild one, too.
It's not the Prince one that they were worried was too long, is it?
I don't think so, no. This says, an Ohio family is once again facing disappointment after learning the streaming giant Netflix was most likely shelving a documentary that would shed light onto the disappearance of a Dayton man 30 years ago. According to the Times reporter, the documentary Vampires in Gem City was set to expose Dayton, Ohio, as having the second largest vampire coven in the United States. It featured the missing persons case.
Who has the first one?
I don't know. It's a great question. It featured the missing persons case of 26-year-old George Philip Gall. It's reported that Gall went missing October 13, 1994, after getting off a bus near the goth-themed Asylum nightclub. The bus driver told investigators Gall walked toward the Asylum nightclub and was never seen again. He was declared legally dead in 2002. And in 2008, rumors of vampires started after a retired Dayton police officer
They never found him, but they declared him legally dead?
Yeah, after that amount of time, because they couldn't find the body, they just declared him legally dead.
Is that a thing? I thought they were just always missing.
Yeah, you have to settle estates and insurance and all that stuff. So if you don't have a body, you can't get a death certificate. Unless the state declares him legally dead, despite the fact you don't have a body. But they said he went into this nightclub. There was a gothic vampire-like crowd. And while this
goth and vampires, despite being maybe under the same umbrella sometimes with looks.
Same
like
fashion.
You can't just, scoop them up in the same. Like if you're in a club and I see a bunch of goth people, where am I putting that? Oh, and vampire-like people. Is it the teeth, them sucking necks? Where's the part where it becomes vampire-like bar?
They said that they were
an aversion to garlic.
They were into the occult, and there was occult markings everywhere. So that's one thing I think that might be a giveaway. But the officer that went undercover into this nightclub where there were vampires, he said he confided in somebody that the missing man's head was sold at this club. That the missing guy's head was sold to somebody.
I say $25 to here 30 $30 for the guy's head.
The people involved are saying, no, this is like a big conspiracy and it's an urban legend and don't put too much into this. But the family wanted this investigated and Netflix is backing off a little bit. I'd like to hear that story.
On. Now me too.
I want more details on that. All right, we'll see what you got going on when we return. We're going to do the final dispatches, the stories that didn't make the cut.
Sean, it was great to see you in person.
It's lovely to see you as well. And we'll do Today I Learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, I'll tell you how to check if your Social Security number got hacked. Plus, we'll talk sports with our buddy Brandon Kravitz, Little League World Series, of course. Trivia, a pair of tickets to see Sebastian Maniscalco at the Kia Center on the 12th. And we'll end it up with our buddy Ray Trinley from TK Law. Plus, your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Well, our wind today coming off of the Atlantic, keeping us cooler than otherwise, but still on the warm and very, very muggy side. Our high temperature 93, feeling like 107 degrees. There will be isolated to at times scattered downpours and a few claps of thunder from moisture coming in off of the Atlantic. That'll be the case for much of this week, but keep an eye to the sky for outdoor activities this afternoon. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
I'm Jennifer, and I'm an FPL customer. I appreciate that at FPL, they are always teaching me how power works and how you can save money.
Find more ways to save energy and money at FPL.com/ways to save. FPL, working for you every single day.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
City of Dreams, from executive producers of Sound of Freedom, is making waves in the film industry. A boy's dreams of becoming a soccer star are shattered when he is trafficked to work in a sweatshop in Los Angeles. Critics are calling it powerful and eye-opening. The film has a 100% perfect rating from critics and is preparing to host the biggest movie premiere in U.S. history on Wednesday, August 28th. Watch the trailer and claim your free premiere passes to this historic event at cityofdreamsmovie.com.
We all think about buying a house instead of renting, right? But did you ever realize you're renting your electricity every single month? Yep, overpaying the power company and watching prices rise every year. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power with Solar Source? I started with my pool heater going solar, and now I'm thrilled with Solar Source's pay-as-you-go system, where I can save each month starting at only $99. Now, Solar Source isn't new to this game. They've been in business for nearly 40 years. years with the same phone number since 1984 and over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They are the company I trust. Are you ready to stop renting your electricity? Switch to Solar Source today and start owning your own power. Switch to Solar Source today by going to solarsource.com/monster. Honestly, going Solar Source has been the best thing we've done all year. I absolutely love the company, and you save more money when you tell them you know Russ Rollins. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Enjoying the news, Junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you and your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Need a break from the dog days of summer? Relief from high interest rates, high prices, and even higher temperatures? International Diamond Center is here to help with lower prices, free financing, and a free romantic getaway. It's IDC's Summer of Savings event going on now through August 31st. Special pricing across the board on rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, designer fashion jewelry, colored gemstone jewelry, and incredible Swiss watches. Make any qualifying purchase now and IDC will give you 24 months zero interest financing, plus a free romantic dinner and a 3-night luxury getaway to places like Las Vegas, Miami, Nashville, or the cool Smoky Mountains. We've even got a 4-night Caribbean cruise. So instead of sizzling in the heat, put some sizzle in your relationship. Get the guaranteed best value price, free dinner, a free vacation, and free 24 months no interest financing. Now through the end of August only, and only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando area locations. Minimum purchase required on approved credit. See store for details.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the 4th window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand. It's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products. It's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, are you having a good time?
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu. iHeartRadio, let's go! Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Labor Day weekend savings are here at Lowe's. Right now, buy one, get one free on select interior paint via Lowe's gift card rebate. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details. Valid through 9/4.
If you're not confused, you are not paying attention. This is the new.
Stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday.
We did it.
And as for tomorrow, who knows? We'll see what happens as we keep rolling on.
We'll be here tomorrow.
We will, but where will I be?
Do you want to come back another day? That'd be nice. It'd be good to see ya.
We'll see where it all goes.
All right.
For right now, we've managed to survive and dodge a bullet. That's good news. I hope people think that's good news.
Not only one bullet in the clip. Come on.
No, there's many more potential times to get shot before the week is over, in fact. So
we've dodged a bullet from a Gatling gun.
They're just like pumping it up.
All right, here we go. Oh, I forgot about this. Hang on. Forgive me.
Beep, boop.
New setup. It's time to do the final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Yes, that is indeed true. No, we'll get into more than one here. How much time we got? No, we don't. In fact, we're skipping past the dispatches.
They were great.
Real quick, the box office, Deadpool and Wolverine pulled off the weird trick of going back to number one.
Oh, good for them.
Back to number one. Alien Romulus number 2. The Forge, the Christian movie, number 5, and The Crow, flop city, man. 8th place. The Crow. Nobody wants to see a Brandon Lee reboot anymore, man. I don't know. That movie just lost its luster.
First one.
A lot of people haven't. It's been a long time since that's all come out. All right, let's do the stories that didn't make the cut, brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage.
That's right.
welcome.
Cento, they're the place to go to if you want a stress-free move. I remember moving downtown like 10, 12 years ago. It was an all-day and into the night late thing, and it's awful. But the guys at Cento have decades of experience between them, and they will get it done. You'll be in a peaceful dinner at your new home in no time. Forget the stress. Move with the best. That's CentoMoving.com, CENTO moving.com.
They care more about your stuff than you do.
Sometimes,
nice.
yeah.
That's nice. That's a good quality. All right, let's get into these stories real quick. Just a couple of them. France arrested the CEO of this Telegram app company over content issues. They arrested him on like terrorism and drug trafficking charges because they said he's not doing enough in moderation on his app, which is a pretty frightening thing. And you know what? That's going to do it for today.
All right, cool.
Let's
One
get the
story
hell
made
outta
the
here.
cut.
That's just a single story that didn't make the cut.
Well, there was that story before the stories that didn't make the cut.
That one just kind of eked its way in there, too. All right, let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, August 26, 2024. Today I learned this show right here.
The Wizard of...
Not
it's
the
a
one,
show.
not the two.
The Three Stooges.
That's right, the Three Little Stooges. It's a different version of the show. They're all little people. It's truly enjoyable. After the death of Chimp Howard of the Three Stooges in 1955,
That's a hell of a first name.
a black comedian by the name of Monton Moreland was offered the job of the third Stooge by Mo Howard, but Columbia Pictures said, we need somebody who's already under contract with us, and then they picked this
That's
guy
one
named
way to say we need a white guy.
Joe Besser. Joe Besser ended up there instead. They were around, did you know this? Until, from 1922, the Three Stooges were around, until 1970. That's pretty phenomenal.
That's a good run.
That last season probably sucked.
Yeah, they're old. They're just old-ass people. Let's see
This
what
is
else.
us walking down the stairs.
Today I learned this guy right here.
Goodbye, Mama. Now you can have ice cream.
That's Ben Stiller.
That is Ben Stiller.
it.
Simple Jack, Ben Stiller. He decided to play the lead role in
I
Tropic
just
Thunder
watched that.
himself, and he was going to give it to Tom Cruise. And Tom Cruise was like, I gotta be in this movie. What can we do? And
Dude, Tom Cruise's role was insane.
Tom Cruise goes, what if there was a studio head named Lex Grossman who was just like the worst person on
But
planet
apparently
Earth?
he was in character the entire time.
Oh,
It's
come
funny.
on, Tom.
He was good in that, though.
He was great, especially that end credit dance scene.
Uh-huh.
Something else.
I could get on board with Tom Cruise sucks, but like he was pretty good,
did good in that one.
And finally, today I learned this song. I love you more today than yesterday is correct. Yes, indeed. The band's name is Spiral Staircase, and they broke up just 18 months after this song became number one.
Should have been a straight staircase.
In that short time, they also released an album called The Very Best of Spiral Staircase, even though they were only famous for about 18 months. There
for
you
them.
go.
Get your money.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. We do appreciate
Thanks
it.
for hanging out with us, Sean.
We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Miss any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.